welcome to another episode of Smacktalk. Leave it on the court. I am your host, Cerebral. To my left, I got Joe with me. What's going on, Joe?
What up? What up?
To my right, I got D-Mob with me. What's good, Mob?
What's good?
For those that are watching the YouTube video, I know the table setup looks a little bit different. There are going to be some changes in the next handful of weeks. Bear with us. I'm going to get this out of the way. Shout out to AK. He officially has a torn ACL, recovering. He will be back at some point in time, but right now he's at home, laid up, dealing with that whole thing. So speedy recovery to our boy AK.
Yeah.
So we have a special show for you guys today, but we're going to talk NBA free agency first, and there's eventually, but there's something else. There was an E60 interview with Sammy Sosa that we watched right before we went on air, and we're going to talk about it. So I'm just going to ask for your guys' first reaction to the interview overall.
It started out good.
Yeah. I just like the way he was wearing.
It was awesome, right?
It started out real good, and then you got to the touchy subjects of did you do steroids and the famous answer of I've never tested positive. He obviously didn't want to answer the question.
I mean, he wanted nothing to do with that question.
At all.
My thing is, you thought they weren't going to ask you?
I mean, your legacy right now is surrounded by that, like, as of right now. Like, yeah, we can talk the home runs and everything, but
it all has an asterisk next to it if you can't answer the question
Yeah.
with, no, I haven't.
that's all you guys, like, no.
There were two things that were telling to me in that. When they asked him about the corked bat and when they asked him about steroids, he did the same thing. He looked down, he paused for a second, and he just he went into some internal place deep and decided how he was going to respond to that question instead of the truth is what it is, and I'm just going to answer it with the truth. Those are the only two questions where he did that with. Everything else, he was loose and he was fine. The cork bat, he decided he was going to vehemently go against that because you have no way of proving. Because he had a weak answer. He said, I picked the wrong bat
He said it was an accident.
He said, I picked up the wrong bat. It was an accident.
Why
I
are there
didn't mean to
cork
do
bats
that. Yeah.
anyway?
Why do you have a cork bat
What
there,
is
period?
What is practicing with a cork bat going to achieve?
Right.
If anything, you would almost want to practice with a heavier
Yeah,
bat.
with a weighted bat.
So that way when you go up to bat with your lighter bat.
Right, yeah, they have.
That's the
right.
weights, the weights
that
on the
made
bat.
zero sense. That answer made zero sense for why the cork bat was even there. But he did the same thing when he asked him a steroid question. And I think there's a part of Sammy that's still afraid of getting
in trouble.
and in trouble for perjury.
You have nobody to like.
You know what's messed up? I think that dude has I don't know what the word is, but it's like he feels like people look up to him, like kids maybe back in the day, and I think he hates to, disappoint them if he comes out and say, "Yeah, I took steroids."
Bro,
I looked up to Sammy Sosa growing
well,
up. I'm not looking up to him no more.
No,
bro.
I'm
Admit
saying
it.
wherever
You made that bed, shorty.
he's laying it, but it's
that's
just in
what
my
you
head
gotta
like
do.
he's got to go to therapy. Real talk. It seems like there's something you got balled up.
Here at
it's
Smack
like-
Talk, we are very supportive of people that go to therapy.
It just messed up that he just can't say I took it. Like I took steroids. I messed up. I just wanted to.
Like, is he more worried about perjury or is he more worried about not going to the Hall of Fame? Because
the Hall of
Fame is a long shot.
long shot.
I mean,
So-
they did try to get Barry on perjury. They did. So I could understand from that sense. But you live in Dubai.
You don't even live in the country no more. They're not gonna freaking call you like, "Hey, come back to the
But
States." And
if he ever wants a shot to go back to Wrigley and do that whole thing, yeah, you kind of need to be able to come back to the country. I can understand that. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Watching that interview,
I think it's blown.
it's done. There's no coming back. There is no coming back from
You
that.
said it before you started the interview, and then I'm like, no, I'll give him a shot. And sure enough, he blew it.
the man was just over here stuttering. He couldn't even answer the question just correctly.
And then the icing on the cake, he walks out of the interview.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Your time is much. He just kept saying it, and then took a sip and set it down. Like, yeah,
That's time to go.
Hey,
Hey, with the
buddy,
Gucci suit, he took the Gucci suit off. Like, if
Showed
y'all
off
get out
the
my
Gucci
house, showed off the
undershirt and said,
Gucci
"Look,
undershirt.
okay,
He's
get
like,
out my house."
Y'all gonna make me get
One
real
thing is
rough
for certain
with
about
y'all.
this interview, that jacket was fly.
Bro, I
jacket
couldn't
was
wear it,
fine.
but he sure enough was doing it with that.
When
I
he was
like,
walking,
God
on the little river walk thing, the little outfit with the hat on, that was crisp.
If you living in Dubai, you gotta dress like how he's dressing because that man looked like he had the money. I don't know what he's doing out there anymore because I know his contract didn't give him that much to keep him
You never know.
in Dubai.
But you know, we'll touch on like because it was broken into two halves. You had the first half, which was like going down memory lane, and it was man. I remember those days. You know, Sammy coming up the summer of '98. You know, all the home runs. Like him and Mark McGwire saved baseball. Let's break it down to just that section. When you were watching that, how did that make you feel? Like what kind of
we're
feelings?
still young, so at that age, that's all we want to see.
Yeah.
Is home run.
I
don't care about a pitching change in the 5th inning like we do now. where
Right, yeah.
That's questionable. Back then, it was I just want to see the scoring and the
I just wanna see
exciting.
home runs.
And
I will
so
say
for
that-
us,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
You know what's funny? I wasn't really into baseball during that time, but
No,
I did.
but you watched and
But
paid
those are only
attention.
like I ain't gonna lie. I was a kind of Mark McGwire fan more than I was Sosa.
Get out of my house.
That
I'm sorry.
doesn't even
I'm
surprise
sorry,
me, to be
because
honest. I'm not mad
But
about it.
it
It just doesn't surprise me.
Like, but I literally like when I was watching it, I knew Mark McGwire more for some reason. I know like Sam Sosa was everywhere in Chicago, but for some reason I just stood out. Like
lived on the north side.
I
was literally just
didn't-
getting ready to
like,
say
look,
that.
like I
Like,
said,
you
I
were
don't
on
know
the
why.
side
I
of the
don't
field
know why.
where
didn't-
Sammy Sosa played.
When I lived on the north side, I probably went to like only like 3 Cubs games.
That's more than I did at that time.
Well, I'm just saying like I don't know why. I just liked it Mark McGwire at that time.
Like Mark,
That's just how it was. At that
each
time,
their
I did.
own, dog.
I'm not look.
your
I'm,
thing.
For
Yeah.
that, I'm not gonna get on him today.
Like I said, I never watched baseball. When I did, he was on TV too.
I will say this. ESPN is the world leader in sports. Obviously, you felt the tone shift
Oh yeah.
when it came time to talk about the tough shit.
Oh yeah, he is. Even the reporter was getting frustrated with this dude.
Yo,
Like
when he first asked him
All
the
right,
question,
man.
he just leans back like, "All right,
he's like, yo,
I'm gonna dig into this, guys."
it's like I'm
Well, because he knew what the answer was going to be right when he asked him the question.
right, but
It
it's,
was, I've never tested positive. I've never tested positive in the U.S., I believe is what he said.
yeah, some of that. So it's
Sammy,
like-
let me tell you something, and I don't want any reaction to anything. Shut up, Joe. There are plenty of people that have not tested positive for drug tests that were definitely on drugs, and I'm not talking about baseball. That's all I'm gonna say.
J.R. Smith.
you know what? Hey, you know
Joe Kim Noah.
Yeah.
what you
Joking.
call it? It's
A lot of NBA players.
If he ever comes out and says that he did take it,
He can't now. I'm sorry. At this point,
He can't now.
Now you got to die with the lie.
I mean, yeah, you have to die with the lie.
That
but
was
you-
your chance.
I-
That interview right there was your chance.
okay, but what if he's like, down to his bones, like like the old man?
It's
says-
irrelevant.
On his deathbed.
Like, I don't want to
Then
say
it's-
that bad,
then
but
it's
he's
irrelevant.
But I'm saying like,
It's irrelevant at
if he
that
did
point.
came out and said something,
He's
about
doing that simply for him and not for anybody else.
Yeah, I would
right
say
now,
that.
you need to admit that shit for your fans and the people that had your
If-
back
okay.
and the people that you let down when you
was doing your
Did
thing.
what you did.
Well, look, how about this? All right, I'll take that back then.
Sure.
If he would have admitted in that interview that he
he
tested
has a
positive,
fighting chance.
It would have been one of the best interviews in the last 5 years, probably.
It would have been a fighting chance for him to
Yes, it would have been in the beginning.
move forward with the
would've-
Cubs and the MLB.
so you think the
Absolutely,
Cubs would have
100%.
invited him back if he?
now, I'm not saying
would've-
that.
it
I'm
would've-
saying
that was all
it would've-
lean.
it
That's
would've
what y'all
opened- it
lean
would've
to.
opened the doors to
that's the
conversation.
first step.
I'm not saying that he would have been at Wrigley by the end of the season, but it
Right.
would have opened
No,
the
but
doors
I'm
to
saying like, yeah,
conversation.
wouldn't if nearby
That
future
door would
would've-
have now been at least unlocked.
Right, okay.
Maybe
It would
not
have
open.
led to it, but if anybody from the Cubs organization, which I guarantee you saw that interview as we were watching
Oh, yeah,
it,
they were watching.
saw it and said, "No chance in hell,
Oh yeah.
no chance in hell is he coming back now."
Probably every higher up in that organization that would have to come to the decision of letting Sammy back was watching that interview.
Yeah.
Or they at least are going to watch it as soon
At
as they
some
can,
point in time,
depending on
yeah.
how busy they are. But
Right? Yeah.
That's just messed up that this guy just couldn't just swallow his pride and just
that's real life shit, though.
It
really is.
Oh,
That's
that
just
is.
messed up.
Like
It just-
the really crazy part is, I don't think there's anybody that pays attention to baseball on a serious note that thinks that Sammy did not take steroids. Who are you lying for?
Himself.
That's really it. It was like, dude, you know you took steroids. Why are you even lying for yourself?
he looks
Have
like
you,
My
have you-
dad, my dad hated Sammy.
Really?
Cork bat and on.
He
Fuck
did.
Sammy Sosa.
Damn.
I
God
can't
damn.
blame him.
Either can I.
Hey, you know,
I understand it now.
He-
Back then, I'm like, man,
But it's
so what? He
Sammy.
fucked up. 12-year-old me, yeah, Sammy fucked up, whatever. Now, bro, you're bogus.
he's honestly he seemed like a scared little kid in some way. Like he doesn't want to, like he's like his parents are going to be
I
like.
don't know, man. The way that he
disappointing.
fought that question at the end, That was pretty. That
Dancing
was pretty,
around it.
That's
man.
for Sammy and Sammy only, bro. He
Yeah.
don't want to be that guy, and so he's gonna, like you said,
Take
if he
the high road.
last breath and he admits to it, bro. You just did that so you could die with the clear conscience, bro. That didn't mean shit. You did that for yourself and nobody else.
So you think he'll ever be? So you think this is his last like interview?
You
for
probably.
anything?
I wouldn't be
Like,
surprised if
something
you don't
big?
hear much from Sammy Sosa from here on out.
For, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this is the
This
last
is
time
his last major interview.
ESPN.
That
Nobody
was his
come
shot,
back
bro.
on.
To say,
Unless he comes out and says that I did steroids, which after watching the interview, he's not gonna do it.
I agree.
The only thing that's gonna make him
miss
do it
you,
now, I
I
think,
said.
right?
But
Hey,
but you gotta.
Oh man, he was in hardball, man. He was in hardball.
Right.
Them
It
kids
is what
looked
it
up
is.
to him in that movie.
okay, we're off the Sammy Sosa talk. NBA free agency started at midnight last night, and some stuff
the
happened.
contracts was getting signed and sent. Boy, everybody was.
What are some of those major ones that you've seen, Deion, that are in the works? I know I don't think a lot of them are. No. They were more than that.
past that?
Those were the.
I saw the official ones. There's a quite a few people that.
I don't think
official.
anybody signed
Like
yet,
Paul George.
but-
No, there's people that already signed.
Okay.
Like these are ones that are official. Like even when Paul George got his contract, they said that it happened at that club with Westbrook. Because the executive and all of them were there.
Because teams have learned from the DeAndre Jordan Mavericks thing that happened a few years ago.
Now let this
Sign the
man go.
paper now while you're happy.
Like so these are the official ones that have gone through. Kevin Durant has signed. Gerald Green, he's back with the Rockets. Chris Paul's back with the Rockets. Trevor Ariza is with the Suns. That's so shocking. The Bellinelli's back with the Spurs. Ilya Sova is back with the Bucks. The Grant from Thunders, I don't know how to say his first name. He's back with the Thunders. Paul George back with the Thunders. Ed Davis, hey, I don't know how to say his first name. Fuck.
Thunders, boy.
Why we have Deion reading these?
I'm the only one that got it.
Because Deion had him pulled up.
You can screenshot it, whatever.
Joe Harris.
This is entertainment.
Ed Davis is with the Nets. Joe Harris is with the Nets also. Derrick Rose is back with the Wolves.
I seen that.
DeAndre Jordan is with the Mavericks. The Joker is with the Nuggets.
Okay. Can we go down the list of the big ones one by one?
I mean
Because I do want to talk about these. All right. Let me start with the Chris Paul one. Chris Paul, 4 years, $160 million. First off, what?
he said they work. He says he wants a big deal. I mean
4 years, $160 million. Congratulations to Chris Paul.
for a 33-year-old player.
Let me say this. Congratulations to Chris Paul. Get your money, young man. Now, how I feel about this contract, there is zero chance LeBron James is coming to Houston now.
I
You
think
took-
honestly,
you took all the
I
money.
think
And
nobody.
pretty much as soon as he opted out for free agency, that it was no shot.
Yeah, I think
He needed to he needed to sign with the Cavs
Sign
to do a
and trade.
sign and trade.
Yeah, I don't think he.
So Houston was one of the first teams ruled out.
Right. I just felt like I really don't feel like nobody's really they talking to him, but I think he's going to LA. It's written on the wall that he's going to LA.
But you know what? You can say that, but it was written on the wall that PG-3 was going to LA. PG-13.
I was a little bit like, yeah, I was over here like, yeah, he might go to the Lakers, but the way that the week was going, the talks that was going around, I felt like I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed with the Thunder. Like, I mean,
in the past 7 days, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
But for the last 6 months, it has been written on the wall that Paul George is going to the
Well,
Lakers.
it's because he told everybody I'm going to the Lakers when he was with the Pacers. So it's like, yeah, it's said that he's going to the Lakers. I mean, that's like Kawhi Leonard right now. He says that if whoever team takes me, I'm gone next year. But we don't even know what team he's gonna go if they trade him. And what if he goes to Celtics? They ball out over there.
The Celtics is probably one of the only teams that can like take him and legitimately feel confident about it. But we don't know if Kawhi wants to go to LA for the sake of like I want to be in LA, because it's La La Land and all this other stuff, or because all my family's there.
Yeah, they're saying the Clippers might have a chance to sign him. He said he just wants to be in LA. I know
He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna go to the Clippers.
Chris Paul went to the Clippers and stayed.
Yeah, but I mean, who do the Clippers have that's gonna play right away with Kawhi?
I'll tell you. Well, who knows?
I question how much he cares about winning at the moment. I really do.
The dude has a title. He has Defensive Player of the Year. Like, he doesn't have nothing to like prove. He was never that guy coming into the league being the guy. Like, here, you need to do this.
He's already exceeded expectations of what he was going to be as a player.
for sure.
So anywhere he goes, I'm not
if he's
expecting
chasing,
anything of him.
if he's chasing the bag, then he's got.
I don't even know if he's chasing,
If he's chasing the bag, then he stays
I,
with Spurs.
I honestly think he's chasing comfortability in life. And I think that may be just in L.A., him being in L.A. I think that's really all he wants. I don't think he cares about the money. I don't think he cares about winning. I think he just wants to be in L.A.
So you think that Chris Paul is just he got too much money on? Like that's what you was elaborating to.
Chris Paul, $40 million a year?
Listen, I wouldn't give him that money. But in his he probably would have got it from somebody else.
No, he couldn't have gotten it from anybody else.
He couldn't have get it from nobody else. True.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know that. I mean, they said they were gonna do him like they were gonna give it to him. They said that they were gonna give Chris Paul something that would make him happy, and
So I mean,
I'm not surprised.
Are we all on the same page that the Rockets probably can't be the Warriors, or are we still up in the air?
Well, they
about
lost
that?
Trevor Ariza, which was a big deal.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I don't think it's that big a deal, but I still think you kind of need somebody in his type of
I think you
defensive.
could find someone to play.
You probably could,
like
but it has
Trevor
to be
Ariza.
somebody that has that same defensive.
Well, you got to have that defensive mentality and the ability to shoot threes because that's the Rocket system for that position.
Yeah. I mean, they got PJ Tucker still, and I mean
Talking about PJ Tucker.
call it what you want. PJ Tucker, when he came, he helped the hell out of them. It was a game where that dude was the only one hitting shots.
It was like game 2. I remember which.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if they need to fill Trevor Ariza, they got PJ Tucker. I mean, he kind of is a poor man version.
A poor man's version, exactly.
But he's not bad. Like he plays defense.
My thing with the Rockets was you needed to add depth to your team this year, or you needed to add a bona fide superstar. It was one or the other, no in between. You've already lost Trevor Ariza. Eric Gordon is not guaranteed to return. You're out of the LeBron
They
sweepstakes.
still got signed Capella too.
Yeah, you still have to sign Capella, Eric Gordon Capella. You're out of the LeBron sweepstakes. Paul George is off the market. Your chances of beating the Warriors is slimming down every day because you're not there right now.
What is the chances of them trying to trade to get Kawhi to go to Houston? I don't know, kind of. You know what I'm saying? One chance.
They don't have,
Gills
what
is,
do they have to offer?
that's what I'm saying. I don't know what they have to offer.
Anything of value that you have to offer for Kawhi, you're going to need. And a draft pick from the Houston Rockets is worthless to a team like the Spurs is trading for Kawhi Leonard. You have to give me your draft picks for the next 5 years. You have to do what the Brooklyn Nets did for the Celtics. That's the only way I'm giving you that.
Yeah,
But they do. I agree that the Rockets need pieces. I'm not saying like that. Like Trevor Ariza is the piece, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're going to make it to the Western Conference Final if they don't have somebody like that, or it's more guys,
I'm
some
not
more
going to go
bodies.
that far because there's not a right now. There's not a number 2 team in the Western Conference, a legitimate one. I mean, you could say whatever you want about the Thunder. They have another year together, whatever the case may be. I don't trust that team right now. Utah's going to take some steps, but I don't see it yet. San Antonio's got way too many question marks. Timberwolves, I don't know what they're going to be yet. So there's not another team outside of the Rockets. They could make it back to the Western Conference Finals as is if they get back Gordon and Capella, but you're still not beating the Warriors.
I mean, let's be real. Nobody's really being the world. All these people building up teams. Like, I saw the thing that Chris Paul, when he signed, we got unfinished business. When Paul George signed, we got unfinished business.
And that business is going to stay unfinished.
That business is going to stay unfinished because the Warriors are still the team to beat. Y'all saying there's unfinished business. There was no business
All
in the
these
business.
Western Conference teams have beef with the Warriors. The Warriors don't give a damn.
No. Like this.
can't beat them.
The Rockets got beef with the Warriors. The Thunder got beef with the Warriors. Well, Russell Westbrook has beef with the Warriors.
So let's speak. Since we're talking about the Oklahoma, so you
let's
think
go.
the Paul George one? What kind of grade did you give OKC?
It don't matter. I mean, they got the pieces that they wanted back, right?
They
But
had to
what
get
does
that
it
deal
matter?
done. The Thunder had to get that
You
deal
have Russell
done.
Westbrook. You're
Yeah.
not winning the ring. Like, sorry, that ship sailed.
Never. Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about Paul George from his mindset of it because is it just a money grab? But I don't really think it was because he was dead set on going to LA, to what everybody says. But I think that he puts a lot of trust in that front office because they're willing to do whatever it takes to get whatever pieces they can to build this team
What
by
pieces
trading for
build the team, though? I mean, what piece? Like,
it might not necessarily have worked, but when they did what they did to get Paul George, when they did what they did to trade to get Carmelo Anthony, you couldn't have known what that was going to be.
Right.
But the fact that you were willing to go out there and do whatever it took to get pieces that you thought would have fit together, that shows the front office's commitment to winning.
I think the big Melo, Westbrook, and Paul George need to just figure out how to play.
That's all it is.
Yeah, they need to accept their roles.
You can't go 2 for whatever they went in the fourth quarter of games 2, 3,
You can't
and 4.
lose to the Jazz.
Like, bro,
Nobody that I don't think nothing bad about them, but y'all are supposed to be the veteran team.
That
yo.
is what it is. But
Right.
you guys playing together the way you played in the fourth quarter of these playoffs was absolutely despicable.
Yeah, it really
for
was.
being the caliber players that you are, you guys can't figure it out. You
Like,
didn't play that much competition. You know what I mean? Like,
And you would think the fact that Paul George and Westbrook is there, they know how to get it done because they've been to they've been to the conference finals on both sides. Westbrook's been to the finals. I mean, like I said, Melo's been there one time to the conference finals.
See, in Melo's defense, for him being on this team, it's hard for him to
just
get,
be that third
It's hard
guy.
for him to get in the rhythm, bro,
Yeah.
because he's a rhythm shooter. So once he gets going, then he's good.
Right.
But it's about getting him going. So change your game plan. Let him take the first 4 or 5 shots. Go to him
Yeah.
early. Get
Melo's
him.
gotta be involved in the first
Something's
6
got to
minutes of the
change
game.
between them 3 before they're gonna do anything.
So
in
what's the
playoffs.
what y'all think is going to happen with both these teams, the Rockets and OKC, now that they pretty much brought
They need to combine together as one team and then go ahead and play
Create
the
a
Warriors.
super team.
Oklahoma, Houston, Rockets,
The Thunder Rockets.
Thunder Rockets,
Whatever.
blasting
Yeah.
off again.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what needs to be done. But
Yeah,
it's hard
It's
to
still a
say.
lot
The,
of free
the
agents out there,
expectation is
you know.
for them to be beaten by the Warriors in the playoffs. That's the expectation.
Like I said, man, it's funny at the end of the day, y'all want to act like y'all got a squad, y'all bringing people back, but y'all still got to beat the team.
I mean, they
You gotta
gotta be.
the man.
They still gotta be confident in what they're doing. So
Yeah,
I understand.
you know-
unfinished business. This unfinished business. That. Yeah.
I remember
but
last year, like all these mega moves were being made, and we were saying, "Man, this doesn't get anybody closer to beating the Warriors." The Rockets legitimately were closer to beating the Warriors. The Thunder never. Got
Honestly,
close.
I think this is
They
the
never got
only
close
year.
all season.
I think this year was the only year for the Rockets to actually.
The Rockets
make it.
had to take a big step
agree
forward,
with
Literally.
and they're at best going to stay at the
Chris
same
Paul
level.
got hurt at the worst
time, and I felt his pain when
in
he was
his
on
career.
that. Man.
This is the worst.
That's
timing.
when Chris Paul gets hurt. Is at the worst possible time.
Yeah, that's why you don't play in the summer long
Like
enough.
legitimately, and I heard this, and I was like, you know what, you're right. You should sit Chris Paul down the entire regular season. When the playoffs come, all right, now it's time for you to.
Or sit your butt down in the first round and second round.
Yeah. All
We'll
right.
bring you in when
Yeah,
things get
this
tight.
is game time. This is game time. Now we need you.
Because that guy can't stay on the floor, save anything.
Yeah.
But those are honestly, right now, those are one of the big names. I mean, the biggest name right now is LeBron James. Where is he going to go?
Who should have got the MVP? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. You know what? Congratulations to James Harden. Wait, was that this week?
Yep.
All right, congratulations to James Harden.
Congratulations. Nothing.
won the MVP award. The Thunder have to deal with the fact that you drafted MVPs in 3 consecutive draft years. Only one of them is still on your team. James Harden is. I've been hearing the NBA owed him that MVP
Oh shit.
because he didn't get it when Steph got it the 2 years. He didn't get it last year when Westbrook averaged a triple double.
West averaged a triple double again.
So it's like
and it was talked down.
it pretty
Not
much goes
saying-
LeBron James, Westbrook, and then James Harden.
Not
So
saying that
MVP.
it should go by based off stats, but I mean you're talking about you pull Russell Westbrook out of that situation, forget about it. You pull LeBron James out of their situation, you're not sniffing 500. James Harden,
lottery
they
team.
still get to the second. You take James Harden out, they still get to the second.
That has
round.
been my argument about the MVP award for the last 5 years.
Well, you know what's funny too? You talking about Westbrook averaging another triple double this year. He averaged a triple double last year, and they were the 8th seed. This year he averaged a triple double, and they were the number 6 seed. I think it was 6, 5 or 6. But either way, he kind of should
basically-
deserve the MVP again.
Basically, why I brought it up was because it should have been between LeBron or Russell.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brandon just sent me, and Brandon's running our audio today.
Word to Brandon.
Brandon just sent me a message saying that James Harden had 1.4 more win shares than LeBron, but played in 10 less games. I'll give you that, but LeBron not on the court for the Cavaliers. If they win 25 games, congratulations.
It basically puts that stat that he sent. It's okay.
Yeah.
You take LeBron out for, bruh.
That's how I look at the MVP award. You take that player off the court, what is the team then? And the Rockets are still a playoff team.
Definitely.
The Thunder aren't a playoff team, even with Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. And we know what the Cavaliers look like without LeBron James. He played all 82 this year, but we know the game looks like.
Y'all said that if Westbrook didn't play for OKC, they don't have a chance to make the playoffs?
I don't think they made the playoffs.
I don't think they make the playoffs.
Really?
Maybe sniffing an 8 seed where it comes.
I'm not saying that they're gonna make it up to the top 5 or anything like that, but I think they could go for like 6, 7, or 8 spots.
So if they had lost 5 more games, they would have been out of the playoffs. Westbrook is worth 5 games.
Well, okay, I get that for sure, but I'm saying like, yeah, they're almost like 5 games almost out, but I mean, there's that whole like. Who was it down? Nuggets.
Yeah, I'm talking about this past season. If they had lost 5 more games, they would have been out of the playoffs last season. Westbrook off that team, they're losing those 5 games.
They're losing probably 11.
And they're out of the playoffs. Probably. They're probably losing that.
I don't know how to argue that, but I just feel like I think they would have found a way. If they knew that he was going to.
But
you want to say that? I understand why you want to
how
say
they
that.
played.
Look how they played all season.
Yeah.
Very up and down.
Honestly, I thought they would have got it by like mid-season.
If they had like a whole other half of the season, maybe.
Like this year, they might be a little better. You know?
Yeah, of course.
But it's just, I just feel like Paul George and Melo, they probably would have figured out a way. Like if they didn't have Westbrook.
The problem with the Thunder is
they don't have
that
that killer instinct unless Russ is out there.
They don't have that killer instinct, and 2, Melo doesn't want to fit in. He doesn't. He said it in his interview at the end of the season. He's like, "This ain't gonna work next year. We're gonna have to try something different."
Yeah. Well, hopefully
He doesn't like the role that they put him to play.
Oh, I would say honestly,
I don't think he ever accepted.
What was the coach name? Donovan. What's
Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan. I don't think he's the coach for that team. Honestly, I really don't think.
No,
like,
he did
his thing.
Either,
I don't know why, but he just doesn't seem like he has no attention from any of those guys.
I'm starting to come to the realization there's not a lot of good coaches in the NBA. There's
not.
Really not.
It really isn't.
You see what Billy Donovan was a great coach at
great
Florida,
college,
you
back
know
to
what
back.
I'm saying? And that just shows you like some aren't built for it.
I mean, in the NBA,
but Scotty Brooks wasn't the.
Scott Brooks was not the answer.
He wasn't
either.
the answer either by any means.
But he's not.
A move had to have been made.
Definitely.
Right.
And at the
That.
time, Billy Donovan was your best option. And it's kind of like with us and the Fred Hoiberg
Hoiberg, yeah.
Do y'all think
at the time, yes, he was a good coach, ex-Bull. Let's do it.
And you had
and
to
now
move on
it's
for Tibbs.
You
did.
simply cannot control an NBA player's ego. You need to go back down to college and control that.
Do you think all the best coaches are in college?
No.
Because Calipari is not coming to the NBA.
Well, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying like
K
the
would
best.
probably be
I'm just
very
saying the
solid in
best
the NBA.
are the best coaches in college. I'm not saying they don't have to come. I'm saying like
I don't think so because I think they have a level of control that you just can't have in the NBA. These college players, you control everything.
that's why they
about
stay
them.
there and stuff because they feel like they have more control.
A
They
college,
do have more control.
a
Yeah.
college
They
player,
do.
you can ruin a college player's trajectory if they don't act right. Where the NBA, they make more money than you. What can you really do to them?
Yeah, the only reason I asked that is because like Brad Stevens, he's somebody that came from college, great coach. He got all those guys' attention.
But he's a great communicator. Mm-hmm. He is a great strategist, and he's a great communicator. Communication is honestly the biggest part of being a coach. Greg Popovich is a great communicator.
Well, that's what it seems like with all the college coaches. They seem like they do. Some of them do have that, but
In
they
college-
just choose
in
not
college,
to
I
come to
think
the NBA.
They talk more at them than they do to them in college. I've seen a lot of a tape of Calipari. He talks at his players. You know, he uses the media to get messages across to the players to kind of like hit them home. Like he trashes his players throughout the entire regular season. He says we're not a good team. We're garbage. We're the worst rebounding teams. Whatever the hell he says.
So they got to hear that through the media.
Right.
And they're like, well.
You can't do that in NBA.
But he's right with the controllability in college. Like first of all, you pick your players that you want on your team. It's a matter of if they pick you or not. But once you get them, like he said, I'm either gonna project you or I'm gonna leave you down. And it all depends on how you act, how you work, what you do, and how you present yourself.
I guess
NBA players, I'm not coming to practice. What are you gonna do about it? Trade me? Go ahead. I don't care. I'm still gonna get paid.
support
My
that.
contract's guaranteed.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
they
still
don't.
getting paid. I guess. Like I said, I just think they need to be a new coach at OKC.
So Kevin Durant signed a 2-year deal with a player option, And I think me and you were talking about it yesterday in the car. We thought it was a little weird, but I saw a stat today. After this season,
Hops out.
he can opt out, and now the
Warriors.
Warriors have his bird rights, and now he can sign for a supermax after this season. So yeah, do the 2-year deal, player option, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Wasn't that what like LeBron James was trying to do with the Cavaliers? If they end up getting
Well,
the
yeah,
team
that's
together
that was
at one
100% what he was trying
That's
to do.
what he was trying to
but
do, right?
at the same token, he was also, all right, let me make sure y'all got y'all shit together.
Well, that's what I'm
at all
saying.
times.
Like he was waiting for them to build this to get some players in here. If we
Yeah.
take it far,
I think
which
he
they
fully
did.
expected. I think he fully
If Kyrie
expected to stay
Irving
in
was still
Cleveland.
there, do you think he would still stay?
Much better chance than it is today. Which
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not so sure that he's leaving right now.
You think he's staying?
LeBron?
There's not a good landing spot for him.
Wait, how much?
Anything's better than Cleveland.
Who wants to go to Cleveland? Like,
It ain't even that.
how much
bro.
money is he leaving on the table?
53.
53
Yeah, 53.
Millions. Bro, money ain't shit
It
right
ain't
now.
for
LeBron,
him.
no.
No, it ain't.
No.
That's why I was like, I
Money
can see him
is
leaving.
probably, it's whatever. He's got so much money coming in through Nike and
Hell
all
yeah.
that other shit. He
got-
don't.
He got a lifetime
Time,
deal.
yeah, it's
He-
what Nike. Yeah,
He's doing this at this point now to win fucking rings.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case,
But is the Lakers really a better spot?
The only other team you can go to right away and win is Houston, and that's off the table.
or you go to Spurs
I don't see them winning right away. I don't see them being Golden State.
before
If
Kawhi
he
got
can
hurt.
convince, if
LeBron and
LeBron
Kawhi
can
on the same
convince
team?
Kawhi to stay in San Antonio, then him going to San Antonio is an instant championship contender. If he can convince Kawhi to stay, but like I said earlier, I don't think that winning or money is what motivates Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi's not, like you said, Kawhi's not staying in San Antonio because there's no trust between either of them.
That's what he's
So you get in an argument with your friend, you guys don't trust each other. How long is it going to take to repair that if you can repair that? That's the exact situation Kawhi's in. Are we going to waste the time trying to repair this, or are you just going to let me go?
Sometimes you can't repair it, so I can understand.
Sometimes
the
you
Spurs.
can't repair it.
So, but you think if they take
I
Kawhi, you got
think
LeBron.
I don't think he's going to stay
No.
in San Antonio. No way.
I do agree with you, but I also think that San Antonio's
There's
not
a
going to
slight-
trade him. They're not going to trade him.
So
Unless
you're gonna
somebody,
get-
I mean, you're gonna get
nothing out of him.
right. Like
unless you can get a trade where you actually feel like it's worth it, because if you're going to take the Lakers' garbage pieces that aren't going to do you any good,
But I mean, the Lakers don't necessarily have super guard. Like they have a bunch of young players that aren't developed.
There's
yet,
that,
but
like they're having them not
there's
even
not.
over 22 years
like
old.
I feel
The
like
Spurs
they could
want
win.
nothing to do with
I
the
feel like
ball
the Lakers
situation.
could win in the next 3 to 5
I do
without
think so
LeBron.
too.
Without getting
Without
this,
him,
without
yeah, I think they'd be
development,
fine.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think,
I
their
think the
development would be good.
development that they're on right now is gonna get them consistently in the playoffs like the old Lakers. I don't want to reach and say a championship for sure, but for that team right now, winning
future.
is simply getting into the playoffs.
I think the Spurs would need like before they give because if you don't do something with Kawhi, you're losing out on him next year no matter what. You gotta get something, even if there's picks. Like give me some picks, yo.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
If
you know,
you know
like-
he's not gonna be here next year, you might as well get what you can for him.
Like this is like you
Even
just-
if it's not the cream of the crop, top of the line, but you gotta get. It's better than getting nothing.
Like
and
you want to
having
be
him just
Orlando
walk.
Magic's, giving up Shaq and not getting nothing. Like them dudes was hurt when Shaq left.
The only reason why I say that the Spurs roll the dice with him is because they had a similar situation with LaMarcus Aldridge the year before. Pop sat down with him, said, "Okay, we're going to do this, this, and this, and let's see how you feel about it." And then at the end of that season, LaMarcus Aldridge signed an extension. LaMarcus Aldridge was happy with how everything had changed and come around and everything. So I think if Greg Popovich is confident in himself, which I believe he is, he feels like if he gets a whole season with Kawhi, you know, him playing out there with everybody, just communication, whatever the case may be, is like, hey, you know what, we'll do this and this. You're feeling this. Okay, we're going to sit you down, whatever the case may be. At the end of the season, that trust can be restored.
Possibly.
Like what you call it? Then recently, I think Kawhi and Pop like seen each other again, and they said like after that he was officially like, yeah, I really want to leave. Like so, it's like where is the connection with those two? Because that's you need to be connected with your coach just as much.
There
as you
is
do.
none. That's
there
the
is
problem,
none. So
bro.
I don't. That's why I feel like
Kawhi is the Spurs are here and Kawhi's over here, bro. He's feels
by
on an
himself.
island by himself. He gotta go. Bro.
But I mean, it's possible. Like I said, it's possible. It's not like it's damaged to where it's not repairable. I don't see it at
yeah,
all.
but you don't know that, bro. You can't tell somebody that, hey, you need to repair this, or I think you could repair this. If he feels like it's not repairable, it's not repairable. Plain and simple.
Without knowing all the details of everything, it's really hard to project. Now, there's a lot of rumors that have come out, but the exact reason, because it doesn't really make sense, the whole situation. But I don't know. Whatever, it is what it is. I only want to talk about this because I think it's hilarious.
What?
DeAndre Jordan to the Mavericks.
I'll take it.
If I am Mark Cuban, no.
I'll take it.
No.
I'll take it.
First off, they're tanking.
No, not. I mean, they got some pieces this year. I think they have a chance.
They're done tanking.
I think they're. I don't want to say they're done tanking, but they're not going to try to lose on purpose. They're not going to try to.
That's the definition of tanking.
I'm saying that they're not going to look to lose. He said to himself that they weren't looking to lose coming into the season. They just put some pieces together. They got Harrison Barnes. Dirk was coming back. What you call it? Veteran guy, whatever. They had a bunch of young pieces. Curry got hurt. Stephen Curry's brother, Seth Curry.
He's free agent now. He's gone.
He's free agent. I'm talking about this year coming in.
Oh, yeah.
He got hurt. I'm trying to remember all the other stuff that went on. It just seemed like he even said we wasn't even on a losing thing. We was looking to win. So I think he's looking to win again this year. You get DeAndre Jordan in there. You got the
But when you say winning, what do you mean? You mean making the
I'm
playoffs?
talking about not like he's
winning
going,
games.
Winning games.
So making the playoffs.
So making
is what
like
you're
try,
for.
but like show people that hey, we're still around. We're growing. You know, we're here to win too.
Nobody cares about that though.
But
if you're not
I'm saying,
first, you're last.
Listen, I think they're going to
They're
try
on
to
the right
compete.
track.
They're on the right track. They're going to compete like the Bulls. The Bulls not somebody I want.
The DeAndre Jordan pick reminds me of the D Wade Rondo signing. It's a fill the seats. We're gonna play decent, but we're not ready to win yet.
Well, yeah,
Not
okay.
Not even remotely.
No.
I just feel like
That's how I felt about
it. It was a good piece to me to say
It'll help y'all win a few more games. I'm sure, definitely.
I'm really high on that.
Then again, you don't know how Doncic is gonna do.
That's true. He's a new guy coming in.
He comes in and balls with Dennis Smith Jr.
I honestly think DeAndre Jordan came. I think DeAndre Jordan came just because he's from he couldn't go to Houston, so he just went to Dallas.
Dirk said that they're not tanking because he wants to win.
Dirk at this point is just having fun. I don't know what player like him is out there. Like I'm trying to remember any veterans that was like him. Like he's out here just to.
I give Dirk props, man.
He's perfectly happy with that.
He's
one
happy
ring.
with what. Yeah, he is. He is, bro.
He should be.
When you look at his stuff, MVP, a title, Finals MVP. He's a 3-point shooter, 3-point contest winner.
Put way too much stock in that.
I'm just saying,
That's irrelevant.
But I'm saying like 9 times All-Star. He's the 5th player with the highest points in the NBA. LeBron James is going to pass him this year.
Why do you know Dirk's stats off the top
Because
of your head like that, bro?
I have a Dirk Nowitzki jersey signed by him. I call him a GOAT. He's in that GOAT room with some of them.
European GOAT. I'll give you that.
Nah.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but don't.
What people are using his move? They stole a move from him. That's like you're taking something from somebody else's game. That dude changed the NBA.
I mean, how many people?
I'm not arguing.
How many people use a fadeaway?
What?
Everybody
I'm
use a
just saying, like
you know what I'm saying? Like that's what happens.
Like to me, he's
European GOAT. You got it all day.
Any
more than that, we
like
can
I said. Look,
argue.
there's a GOAT room. I said this before. There's a GOAT room.
A room.
He's walking in there.
How big is this room? Because
it's only a handful of the dudes in there, but he's walking in there. Who do y'all got walking in there right now?
Tim Duncan.
Okay.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
LeBron.
Magic Johnson.
You gotta throw. You gotta throw.
Bill Russell.
Like, would you?
Bill,
Hey, listen.
Kareem, Magic,
would you throw?
Shaq,
would you throw
Kobe, you know
Dwayne
what I'm
Wade in
saying?
there?
No.
Why not? Why not?
At his position, he is at best the third.
He is the third. I mean, nobody's beating Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, but I mean,
greatest of all time. That is a strong statement to where it's like there's not really a whole lot of wiggle room as far as like you're not the greatest, but you're pretty close.
like the guy, like what?
Like he's definitely no doubt Dirk is top.
somebody
20 for
somebody
sure.
that stayed with his
So
team
if you got a
his
room
whole
that
career.
fits 25 people, Dirk's in there for sure. But any more than 25, I don't find Dirk in there.
I give Dirk a hell of a lot of props. He is definitely the greatest European player to ever play the game of basketball. There's no question about that.
I mean, what about Manu Ginobili.
He is great, definitely the greatest European player to ever play basketball. I love Manu Ginobili. Manu Ginobili is the greatest sixth man of all time, damn near.
But Dirk is, definitely the greatest European.
But I love Batman.
But I'm saying like how many players are going to get into 30,000 in points? I mean, yeah, Kevin Durant's going to get there. He's somebody. But they weren't seeing him to get there. Like a European player
another player that has greatly exceeded the expectations when he was drafted. Definitely.
Big time.
He is a bona fide Hall of Famer. The day that he can get in, he will be walking into the Hall of Fame. GOAT is just a little touchy for me. That's why the subject that we're going to have later is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I got one that I don't think either one of you are going to agree with, and I can't wait to say it.
Yeah. But we got a topic either way.
We're
Mavericks,
way off topic.
DeAndre Jordan going there. I like it. I just like it. I don't want to talk about it.
It's so funny how it works like that. We just
take a ride at Albuquerque.
Right back. Like,
we're going a long way.
But we can do that. The reason why I brought up DeAndre Jordan is because I just had flashbacks of, I don't even remember how long ago it was, of DeAndre Jordan agreeing to sign with the Mavericks, and then Chris Paul and Blake Griffin going to his house and locking the door.
Ain't nobody there no more. I saw a picture of the Clippers, yo. It was Doc Rivers, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin,
That Austin Rivers.
Rivers in that picture. And it just showed at the end, it said, when you're by yourself, and there's Doc Rivers sitting there by himself.
Can we talk about how much of a G move the Clippers GM did, basically saying, Doc, this isn't your team anymore. You see your son? He's leaving. He's gone.
I think he's like, son. He probably told him, like, listen, you're going to get traded. Actually, it just happened right now. I can't do anything about it.
So sorry.
Bye.
If it wasn't for Doc winning in Boston, bro, he would be a questionable coach.
You know what's funny? I thought about that too. I feel the same way.
We're on the same page.
But I will say that
he also had a Tom Thibodeau underneath him in Boston, which kind of bailed him out a little bit.
But I'm also going to say this right now.
I mean,
Tibbs got one more year to get this right.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Minnesota?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not looking good for him at all.
He is one Karl Anthony Towns injury away from getting fired.
Well,
he's one.
Players, motherfucking 49 minutes. God damn it.
Him and Karl Anthony Towns are not even on the same page, yo. That's messed up. With your best player on the team, you gotta have that.
We followed Tibbs very close. We were Bulls fans. We were watching.
Love him.
Wish
he
he
stayed.
You know what I'm saying? I don't.
No, he needed to go.
No, really? I liked him. I know he was running out players to the ground,
He's
but
too hard, bro. Just too hard. Too many minutes. And you should say, well, they get paid this amount of money. Who cares? They should be able to do it. No, not everybody's LeBron James. Sorry.
And I want to win championships, so I need my players to be
and this
healthy.
ain't the 1990s,
like
bro.
Games, regular season.
This ain't the 1980s.
To win a championship, you have to win another 16. Possibly play another, depending on how many you lose.
30,
you know what I'm saying? You're paying over 100 games a year. Calm down on the minutes.
Yeah. So we're about to get off tangent, so let me cut this thing off at the head. Was there anything else that we wanted to talk about as far as free agency, Sammy Sosa? Because we're going to take a break, and then we're going to get into this conversation that we've been saying.
Not really. What you call it?
Messi and Ronaldo got knocked out.
Dion
wanted to talk
about
about that.
The only reason I want to talk a little bit is it just those are the two greatest players that's playing football right now on TV. We're playing football. Yeah. But it's just like I wonder like what the ratings are going to be now because I mean people are going to watch their country World Cup ratings. It's going to stay. It's going to be fine. I understand that, but those two had to bring that extra watch because everybody wants to see them. Fans, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar. They were going to bring in your casual.
That's why I was saying like that's messed up. Like like.
I really wish I could watch that Mexico-Brazil game tomorrow. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I actually want to.
I just want to touch on that. I don't want.
No, yeah, I was just saying like the World Cup right now is actually pretty crazy right now to me. It's
haven't watched the game in a week.
Like I mean, Germany is gone. They normally always up there. A lot of the top
those
three
teams
countries,
that win, bro, they don't make it to that.
That's what it shows.
Stage.
But a lot of other top countries had gone out too. I just thought it's a good time to watch football. That's all it is. Like it's crazy. Messi and Ronaldo is out of it.
All right. Well, when we get back, we're going to do a very special edition of Smack Talk. We're going to talk about all-time greatest at their position. We're going to debate it. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to say some slightly wild shit. We'll be right back. This is Smack Talk.
So I dare you talk smack talk, leave it on the court. Smack talk, the best next to live reports. Smack talk, that's what it's about. Smack talk, if you ain't talking, shut your mouth. Smack talk, we going for the win. Smack talk, the realest, ain't no need to pretend. Smack talk, the best cast on the go. Smack talking, if you ain't know now, you know ho. It's that smack talk. Smack talk, homie.
All right, welcome back to Smack Talk. Leave it on the court. We're back from break. We have a very special thing that we're going to do today. This was Joe's brainchild, so I'll let Joe explain it to the people.
Yo, so we're going to go around the table and ask the guys who their greatest of all time is at each position and kind of just debate and talk about it. And then after that, we're going to use our brainstorming skills and try to construct the perfect starting five with active and inactive players. So we're going to go ahead and get started with you, Zach. Who's your point guard?
My point guard is Isaiah Thomas, not the new one, the Detroit Piston one, the one that, in all honesty, I'm not that big of a fan of because I'm a Bulls fan.
Right.
But Isaiah Thomas, because legitimately, he was a dynamic scorer when he needed to be. You look at that Pistons team; they were tough. They had a lot of leaders on that team, but they all looked at Isaiah. He won 2 championships. You know, he took down Magic Johnson. He held down the Bulls. You know, he held back the Michael Jordan era, dynasty era, as long as he could. Isaiah Thomas is a dynamic point guard in a lot of different areas, and a guy that if you're playing a game, you want him on your team. He paved the way for players like Allen Iverson. With that smaller guard that could just attack. He had killer instincts and he was ready to draw blood at any given point in time. And Isaiah Thomas is my greatest point guard of all time.
I mean, I can't agree. The only thing, I don't necessarily like them Pistons, them bad boys. I don't really like.
Oh, I hate them. So it really means a lot to me.
A lot of people say, oh, they held Mike down. They held Mike down. Yeah, they did. But a lot of people say, oh, when Mike finally beat him, they were done. They were old. They were the defending champions. Like, Mike beat basically the team that beat him.
And what's not talked about a lot as far as that Pistons team goes is that there was an expansion draft, and they did lose key pieces, which helped further that whole process.
I'm going with Magic Johnson as my point guard. I know it's the easy pick, but when you're talking the greatest point guard, maybe possibly not, skills-wise and everything, but the guy won. He won a lot. He beat a lot of Boston Celtics teams that were very good. I mean, they went at it in the 70s.
Riddled with Hall of Famers.
Like every other year, I felt like, looking back on it. But just his way that he could see the court differently, the way he delivered. Yeah, delivered the ball. I mean, his passing. You know what I mean? I just feel like there was not a point guard that was any more dynamic than Magic.
Mine honestly is Steve Nash. He's a guy that controlled the court. Mm-hmm. He could take shots, make them, and he dished it out. Fed the big men, always kept them in the game, and always found the shooter. Like, I understand that he didn't win no titles, but if them didn't get suspended in the Western Conference Finals, Stoudemire and I can't remember the other guy, I feel like they could have beat the Spurs, and they could have been in the finals. But I really feel like Steve Nash is. So a lot of people play him off like, oh, he shouldn't have won those 2 MVPs. He probably shouldn't have, but the guy was averaging a double-double with more, like it was, 11 assists, 12 assists?
My problem with Steve Nash is that I feel like he was a product of his system, and that's why I wouldn't have ever put John Stockton on this list, because John Stockton was a product of his system. He just played it. He played long enough to be able to. I don't want to say
accumulate enough stats.
Exactly, yeah, to accumulate enough stats to put him in a position where it's like he's got the numbers. I think if Steve Nash had played for D'Antoni for 15 to 20 years, or however long you
Like
played
right
in the career, yeah, from start to damn near finish, because that's basically what Stockton did. I think you would have saw Steve Nash with all-time assist numbers and stuff like that. But I don't think that realistically, if you break down Steve Nash's game outside of the D'Antoni era, it's still good. Don't get me wrong. But I never saw that killer instinct out of Steve Nash that I saw out of
Steve
Magic.
Nash.
Let's see. I can understand when you're saying killer instinct, but we're trying to put the greatest team. I could.
No. This is greatest at that position.
This is who you think is the greatest at this position.
Oh, okay.
The next segment is where, like I said, the Steve Nashes and the Gary Paytons and the John Stocktons fall in because they were all good point guards. They will be able to mesh with the team.
Okay.
This segment right here is who you think the greatest point guard of all time is.
I mean, mine's is Magic Johnson too.
He sold out. It's all right. We're gonna start. I mean, shooting
Like,
guard.
You
like-
explain the segment beforehand.
Look,
We explained the segment.
Look, Isaiah Thomas. I can see why you picked him. I just feel like he seemed like, I don't know. It looked like he was a asshole to me.
I don't care.
I'm talking about.
I don't care about
No, I said that's my only discrepancy.
I can't.
It
Like,
has nothing to do with being the greatest.
I'm just saying.
of all
I'm saying
time
like,
at your
if
position.
I was his teammate, I probably wouldn't like him. Like, I mean,
There were teammates on that team that didn't like him, but you know what? They played with him because they trusted him.
yeah, but it seemed like, I don't know. I give him that game where he injured himself. He came out and played. Man, one of the greatest things I
Let
ever
me tell you
saw.
something about teammates being an asshole, because I'm pretty sure all three of us had the same person for shooting guard. He was an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
He punched a teammate in the face.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So
yeah.
I don't care about assholes.
But I
at
guess.
all.
But I don't know. He just rubbed me the wrong way. Never, not because he was beating us, and everything.
If
but
you
he just
lived in
rubbed me the
Detroit,
wrong.
you iconically love Isaiah
Oh, of
Thomas.
course.
You know I have family
Yeah.
in Detroit. I go out to Detroit a lot. You cannot talk bad about Isaiah Thomas. They forget about the whole Knicks GM thing. You can't talk bad about Isaiah Thomas. It's the same way how we feel about Michael. And Isaiah's from Chicago, by the way. So
Yeah, I
shout
know
out to
that.
that.
But I don't know. It just seemed like Magic Johnson. Man, the kid came in as a rookie and won a title, and literally
That's blown up a little bit, but I don't discount the Magic Johnson conversation. I thought about it a lot. Magic did a lot, but Magic came into the league to a great team.
Yeah.
I mean, they drafted very well
yeah.
too, though.
But then again,
to be a rookie to win a championship, the rest of it had to be there because the coach
Right.
didn't trust him in the regular season.
But see, back then though, that's what it was. It was you drafted and developed, and he developed into he won right away. But
yeah.
I mean, it was after that.
And I'm
it
not
was-
discounting.
right.
I love Magic Johnson. I do think that if it wasn't Isaiah, it would have been Magic as my pick. So I'm not discounting that at all. Magic Johnson is without a doubt one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and he might be the greatest point guard of all time. It's just the way that I broke it down in my own head. I ended up with Isaiah.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
He's an aggressive
I mean,
guy.
You're not wrong.
He
Magic won in bunches. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Magic won in bunches. Isaiah didn't. But
But he still won.
them championships that they won in Detroit were not
not easy
at all.
at all. You had to grind.
Hell, they swept
Yeah.
the Lakers, didn't they, when they went to the finals?
I believe so.
That plus when they beat Michael Jordan, he wasn't championship Michael, but he was still
but that was
the
Michael.
greatest
that
player on the planet.
That
at the
was
time.
when Michael started. What do I got to do
Dude,
extra now to beat these guys? Because they clearly were trying to kill him and hurt him and end his career.
Yeah.
And then you finally beat him, and they don't shake your hand. They walk off the court.
Yeah, that's kind of low.
I mean, dude, you guys are the defending champs. You got beat. Big
Hell,
fucking
even
deal.
even the Celtics were the dirty kind of players, and they gave they handshake the Pistons when they beat them. Like, hey, now that y'all beat us,
They had
bring the
class.
title home.
The Celtics had class. The Pistons didn't. We're getting ready to go off tangent here.
Yeah,
Let's
go
get
ahead.
to the shooting guard. I think we should all just.
I mean, we should
admit-
just go to small
I
forward
haven't-
right now.
I haven't seen. No. We're gonna talk about it. I haven't seen your paper. I haven't seen your paper. I'm gonna take a guess. Michael Jeffrey Jordan's on your list.
No, I had Kobe Bryant.
Kiss my ass.
I mean, let's be real. If anybody like, there's people out there that's listed like saying Kobe Bryant. They'll take Kobe over Michael.
When I was in Florida for that short time, nobody liked Mike.
Really?
Mike was overrated. Mike was this. I mean, you're talking like
You were in Orlando, right?
no Fort Myers.
Oh,
I mean, you're talking almost like, bro, like, are we gonna have to fight right now? Because like you're fucking tripping.
I
I don't like. Don't say he's overrated.
Yeah, don't say he's overrated.
Don't say. I mean, like, bro, look at the shoes you got on your feet.
So-
Like, let's chill out here for a second. You know what I mean?
Yo, this is funny that I can understand why people would probably choose Kobe. It's just that Kobe
Same
is
player,
is
different era.
But yeah,
I mean, they're both assholes. If you don't bring what you got to bring
Kobe's a
to the
nicer guy
table,
than Michael is, honestly.
you clearly.
I
think-
look,
I-
hey,
Kobe
I
was-
know exactly what
Maybe-
you're
the
going
only
Okay.
thing Kobe didn't do was punch somebody in the face.
to He tried.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his teammate.
He tried punking a lot of guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's just say it, Michael Jordan is our number one guy when it comes to shooting guards.
I mean, being a Chicago-based podcast, we grew up on Michael Jordan. We grew up on the Bulls dynasty. We weren't necessarily old enough to understand the game the way that we do now.
No, but same thing with the home runs. We remember them winning.
Yeah.
We remember them. We remember going to not necessarily the parade, but when the championship gear would be on sale in the parking lots of the grocery stores and whatnot. I remember going in with my dad and buying the hats,
The hats
or
and
whatever.
stuff.
So,
My
like,
mom, I remember being in Chicago. My mom was buying a whole bunch of these books and magazines for the
Yep.
Bulls winning titles.
Yep.
It was like
And
that's
it's
all
like
I can remember seeing.
Finding Michael Jordan highlights, is not hard to do. And actually, when you go back and you watch them, you can understand it. It's like the way that Michael Jordan did things compared to other players in his era. It was just different. And you look at the way that guys play now, a lot of how they play is patented around Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant's entire game is patented around Michael Jordan.
And off season, I mean, back in those days, I mean, you didn't really find players that are
Working
out
hard.
all day
No.
and off season this, off season that. I
But
mean,
that
it
is
was-
Nah,
how
every
that
player
is
is
how
like that.
obsessed. And I use the word
Mike-
obsessed. He was obsessed with winning.
He had it in his contract that said, you are going to let me play basketball whenever, wherever I want. And that's going to be in my contract. And
I'm gonna stick to it.
That's it.
That's what
Right.
I'm gonna do.
And that was
or I don't play for you. And
Simple
Mike
as that.
had that clout.
Michael Jordan is an iconic player because he changed the game in so many different levels. With the signature shoe, knowing how that whole situation went down, he was getting fined every single time he wore Air Jordans on the court.
Five
And Nike
Gs.
said,
Putting himself
Nike
out
said,
there.
fuck it, we'll
Put
pay it, just
himself
keep
one of
wearing
the
them.
icons, like setting himself up because he knows what he's about to do. He knows that he wanted to be
But,
great.
I
he
mean,
was not going to
yeah.
stop till he got
And
there.
on the court, I mean, Steve Kerr said it. Like, it's just his killer instinct.
He was a dog.
If you're going to beat me, I'm literally giving everything I have. And if you beat me,
Hell,
go
if the
ahead.
dude could have
if-
cheated, I think he would have. Like, if there was a way on the court to cheat a little bit, I think he would have. Because that dude, that's how much he wanted to win.
Mike,
Yeah.
I don't think he would have cheated.
he
said-
might have had a gambling problem.
He definitely had a
He
gambling.
did. But they always said, like, all players, all of them, all the greats, do whatever it takes to win. It always seemed like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying if there was some type of slick way or some shit.
I mean, the way we talked about Sammy at the beginning of this, I don't know. I'm not putting Michael in
Sammy
that
did.
same
Sammy
conversation.
did.
I'm not putting Michael in that same conversation. But without argument, I think that Michael Jeffrey Jordan, as far as the three of us are concerned, greatest shooting guard of all time.
Now, I mean, Kobe is right there. I mean,
He is.
he's-
You could put Michael /
He
Kobe
is,
Bryant.
but the reason why I won't put Kobe there is because the reason why he's right there is because he patented his game around Michael Jordan.
And look where it took him. Like, I mean, yeah, he's a few MVPs, behind.
few.
MVPs,
he only has one.
I mean, we talked about it
Yeah.
off camera. MVP is really slighted because I don't think the right player gets it every single year.
no, they go for the stats.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
I mean,
Cool. James Harden scored more points than LeBron per game, but LeBron clearly scored more points than you for the whole season. You took 10
And was
games
more
off.
valuable to his
Right.
team.
It's more valuable to
So
team.
it's
I was thinking about that points thing. I was telling him, just a little side note. How many fourth quarters did, LeBron James play compared to James Harden? Because James Harden probably sat down most of the fourth quarter, and LeBron James was still in
Had to
there.
play.
Had to play. So that's something
As far as
that
like
we're
the
talking
points
about.
per game, that helps James Harden's argument a little bit more. But as far as value, that
Yeah,
helps
no
LeBron
value.
a
No, that's
lot.
all I was saying. I was just saying people that
I mean,
try to
it's-
bring up points.
it's
I'll be like,
pretty small forward. I feel like is pretty solid for us. I mean,
I seen
can you legitimately pick a small forward that is better than LeBron James?
No.
like we seen it. We're witness. We're
Like
witnessing.
we are watching it,
right
Yeah.
You
as
know
it
what I mean?
happened right
Like,
now.
At 33 years old, he's doing things that he shouldn't be able to do and it's incredible.
It's funny because when you look at his like I think it starts in 2008 or something, like
Maybe the playoffs, whatnot, every year.
like his like the dude
Since
just played
2008
his
for sure.
first 82 games at this age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's different though. Back then it was you played, and this nowadays it's how can I get more out of you without running you ragged? How can I get the most out of you for the round 4 of the playoffs? You know, the finals when it counts. That's when I need you healthy.
Small forward is one of those positions where it's like that might be the most athletic position in NBA between shooting guard and small forward. And there's nobody close to him.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say Kevin Durant's not even sniffing.
No.
Maybe a better scorer for sure.
Oh yeah,
But-
pure scorer for sure.
Like,
I think-
it sucks. Like for me, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I love to see LeBron lose. I couldn't wait for him to lose again in the finals. Now it's like, damn.
Still
feel
can't
bad
catch a
for
break.
I kind of want you to get one more, and that's it.
That's it.
You know
Stop
what
at
I'm
4.
saying?
That's it. Stop. Can't win no
Because
more.
you're going to the finals every year. Spectacular. Probably won't see it again.
Nah.
No.
But we have that mentality of that's cute. You tried.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
You're the
you didn't
first
win.
loser.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Greatest loser of all time. There's no argument.
Hey, real quick, if Kevin Durant wins,
It doesn't matter.
Because of
Rings
how he
are
got
they're
there.
earned different, bro.
Yeah,
They're earned
because of
different
how he got there.
nowadays.
Now, Steph Curry, that's a different conversation. But Kevin Durant, because of how he got in that whole situation, it's never going to be looked the same.
was like I was gonna say like that he honestly could have probably went for Defensive Player of the Year if he actually
Oh, you were going in a completely different direction.
No, I'm talking about like if he had more awards on him, like would he be considered the greatest small forward?
Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
No.
No, because I can.
Like
I
if
can,
he just got just a couple of more, like
Not-
two, three more MVPs.
Plain and simply because who he has in front of him. It's the same thing with Kobe. It's who he has in front of him. You can't. Those two positions, shooting guard, small forward, are forever going to be Mike and LeBron.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Kids 50 years from now that might have this same debate, if they know better, they're going to have Mike and LeBron.
Yeah. So we don't want to talk about small forward anymore.
Nah, I mean,
Do we
it's-
need to? I
like,
mean,
it's
it's
no,
pretty,
no.
you know, I
It's
mean,
pretty-
like, there's players that, maybe Kawhi if he, but there's nobody that's going to play up to LeBron's.
before LeBron, who was it though?
Before LeBron.
Mm-hmm. Hey, y'all can't.
Got a lot of basketball.
Larry
all of a
Bird.
sudden.
I was literally arguing about
Yeah,
that. Larry
Larry
Bird.
Bird,
Larry
no.
Bird would be the second greatest small forward.
Was Chuck a small or power?
He was power.
How the hell was he a power forward?
Let's not ask questions. Back then,
right.
there was a lot of small
Oh.
guys playing position that they shouldn't have been playing.
6'5".
You had Magic Johnson playing point guard who was 6'8".
You know what? It was fucked up. Back then.
Hey, you're 6 foot. Hey, we're
I
gonna put you
mean-
in a power forward. Okay.
Really can't Scotty, but he's
Yeah.
not
I
really-
was,
wouldn't
but
even-
like
I
honestly,
wanted to say, but I didn't.
Larry Bird is honestly just there's nobody else when it comes to small forwards besides
Dr. J.
Yeah, Dr. J.
Dr. J. Man, he put the game on the map honestly, but to say that he was better than Larry Bird,
That was a legitimate argument at one point.
yeah, at one point maybe.
not-
But
I guess Dominique Wilkins too. He's a small forward.
Yeah,
but,
you could say
I mean,
Dominique
then again, you're talking players that no. we're
yeah,
good.
nah, yeah.
I'll take Mike.
Look,
I'll take Mike as small forward over you at small forward. Okay.
And Mike would do it. Power forward. I think this is where it's going to get interesting.
I don't. I think we're all gonna be.
No.
Hold on.
Joe, you got to remember who's at this table.
No, man, listen. I know who's the greatest.
How
when
do
it
you
comes
not
to
go against? How do you go against the big fundamental? Tim
Like, it
Duncan?
really-
I mean, real legit. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
He's a player that came into the league and started winning immediately and was definitely the main factor in that.
Yeah. After the David Robinson year, yeah, definitely. I
Like
mean,
he's quietly got not really quietly. I was gonna say
No,
like
he's quietly got
he's
5
quiet.
championships.
But
He's
quietly got 5.
championships.
like I don't even
It's
remember
like,
when he
wait,
won his
damn.
like third. I was like, when they win their third, I did not know they beat the Pistons during that time. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, and then it just kept happening. Like he every 2 years, boom, Spurs it in.
Spurs are there. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a given for Tim Duncan. I can't think of nobody else honestly.
Tim Duncan is his entire
power
playoff career.
forward.
Like real talk power forwards.
KG. I mean, KG's up there.
But when you look at consistency of his career, Tim Duncan never missed the playoffs.
Right.
In his entire
But that's
career.
that's also a team aspect. I mean,
That is.
You know what
I know that's
That
what I
is.
was gonna say. Like, if you take Tim Duncan out of that system,
Yes, he will.
still the same player,
Yes, he will.
doing the same
Yes.
things.
Yeah, well, that he is Mr. Consistency because if you look at his stats, he's not going to shy more than two points, 3 points, and 2 rebounds every single year.
That
20 and 10.
and these players that are playing against him know what he's going to do, and they still cannot stop it.
That
They know
that off
high,
the
high
backboard.
shot off the glass. How you can't?
Like, it only-
You can't stop LeBron, Kobe, Mike's fadeaway. You can't stop Timmy D's high off the glass shot.
Yeah, his post game is ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
So consistency wins him that, plain simply.
I will say this though, the MVP season that he had, kind of an anomaly to me. And I
Oh
think-
yeah, we
I
talked
think
about
me
it.
and
We
you- me
looked
you
that
sat
up and everything,
looked up
and like
stats
Shaq
and
had
everything.
like more points, like
Yeah.
2 more points than him.
but like a rebound less. or something like that, yeah.
one less rebound.
The only thing that I could say is that the Spurs had a significantly better record than the Lakers. We didn't look that.
Yeah, we didn't like.
We didn't look
Cause we
that
don't
up.
know if they
But
did or not.
Tim Duncan's MVP season is a little questionable for me. But still, to me, the greatest power forward all time.
I can't think of anybody else.
There's guys that like they're in the conversation. Dirk's in the conversation. KG's in the
Yeah,
conversation.
that's a
your
KG.
GOAT, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say my honorary, but I was gonna say KG. Honestly, my second because you seen what he could do outside of somebody else's system, a different coach. You know what I'm saying? He actually won the title after leaving
Karl
Timberwolves.
Malone in that
Yeah, you can
a
you can
little
talk
bit.
about Karl.
Sometimes, man,
not winning wise, but
That's hilarious.
points and everything. But
I'm giving it to Tim.
Tim is.
giving it to Tim
There's nobody
Duncan.
else. Let's be real.
So all three of us are going Tim Duncan. I really thought you were gonna go Dirk.
No,
I was-
listen.
you know what? I was
Go.
waiting for it.
Dirk Nowitzki
You can't
is.
say go behind Tim Duncan. I'm just telling you that.
I'm
right now.
just. Like I said, there's a goat room, and he can walk in there. He has the key card.
Where's
Bro,
where's
he-
his goat room?
bro, he might be like on the outside looking in, like right at
man,
the door, ready to
no,
walk
he-
in.
Why
But
do that
he
to
ain't.
They are
in
opening
yet.
up the door for him and saying, "Come in."
They're opening up the door and saying, "Oh, sorry, Timmy's already here."
Come on, like somebody like. Listen, I just look at it like this. He changed. Like I think he somewhat changed the game in some form. And he's a difference maker, and he stayed with his team the whole ride. You tell me a player that stayed with their team the whole ride and wins title, at least wins a title.
A title though. So
Wait,
some
wait,
players.
wait.
What?
Tim Duncan.
Damn. Again, there's a goat room.
You walked right into that one, bro.
I did. I forgot. Man, I forgot that dude was there. How can I forget? Listen, I already know who the GOAT is when it comes to power forward. Of course, it's Tim Duncan.
Well, who's
I
your GOAT at center then, Dion?
Yeah, I'll let you.
My GOAT?
Yeah, your GOAT. We're gonna
Center.
start with you this one.
Shaq. Dude, the man was dominated. Like I would like to give it to Kareem because
That's who I got.
his hook shot game, nobody was
Kareem.
stopping it back there.
Kareem.
But
You got
I got
Kareem.
Kareem.
but Shaq was just you couldn't do anything to stop him.
Couldn't stop Kareem either.
That skyhook is nasty.
That skyhook was very disgusting, but I just felt like Shaq was just all body, all just powerful. He can like push you with one finger probably. You know, I felt like Kareem had that shot down packed, but he had to like literally turn around and like hook it up and just like hopefully that goes in. But you know, Shaq would.
That feels so good.
the AC. Hey, earlier, what were you saying, man? This vent right here.
Because I didn't want the chair on it, bro.
Oh,
I mean, tight.
I,
man.
I could have moved the table a little bit. I chose not to.
why
I'm
I
sorry,
had-
Jay.
Well, we did
See,
slide it.
chose not to. I asked you if the camera was set. I need
It was.
room.
It was set.
Cool.
When you, I mean,
Appreciate
I didn't lie. When you asked that question, the camera was set.
Appreciate that.
Shaq had God-given, get out of bed, I can beat anybody talent. The way that Kareem played, the way like a skyhook has to be developed. You can't just make a skyhook. There was a lot more work that would involved into that. That being
You haven't
said,
seen nobody done that
growing
either. It's a
up,
long time.
growing up, people have tried.
I'm telling you, people try it.
Growing up at post Jordan era, Shaq was my favorite player. But a lot of that was his antics and all the other stuff. I think that Kareem's got a lot of championships.
He does. It just seemed like Shaq. Like when you put Shaq against Kareem, who's winning?
Well, I mean,
I'm be honest with you. I don't think that anybody beat Shaq in a one-on-one game.
I don't think
Center
so either.
versus center? No.
Center versus center.
No,
I
can't.
I think he was even taking Hakeem a little bit after his not his Houston Rockets day, his Raptors days probably, and everything.
Like, people were comparing Shaq to Yao Ming, and it was disrespectful to Shaq to bring that conversation
Oh,
up
yeah.
because he
Big time.
ate Yao alive every chance he got. And Shaq's Yao was a good player
No, y'all was
before the
was
knee
okay.
thing. The knee things.
Kareem, no, I mean, I don't really need to say much because, one, didn't really watch too much of Kareem, seeing as he played way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, highlights, yeah, you see him all the time, but, I mean, just his accolades tell me I'd rather have him.
Kareem played for a very long time, and he has something that cannot be argued. He is the greatest scorer. He has the
number one.
most points all time of any NBA player.
To LeBron James.
Maybe.
I think he could do it.
I think he can do it 100%. I don't know if he will. Kareem is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He's got the championships. He's got the signature move. So I'll definitely give you the Kareem thing. I'm not gonna talk you out of the room. But Shaq feels like a better player from the sense of, like we said, you put Shaq against anybody else at that position ever.
No doubt.
I'm putting Shaq.
Yeah.
Most
So
dominant. player.
that's our per position greatest player of all time per the Smacktalk way. Now we're gonna do something interesting. We're going to collectively build a team of all the players to ever play the game, and they're supposed to be a team. So you might not be able to have Isaiah Thomas on any of these teams, and that sucks for me. Dream team all over again.
Right.
So we're gonna put a team of the all-time greatest culmination of players ever. It's gonna be
Obviously, who we think would mesh together based on their pling ability, stats, and everything.
this five
like that.
versus any other five ever put together. We think
Right.
that they would beat in all of them.
Right.
So point guard.
point guard.
I mean, I feel like how Dion said Steve Nash. I mean, personally, I'm going with the glove.
You know, I was thinking of Gary
Lockdown.
Payton.
Clamps, enough points a game, enough assists a game.
He doesn't need to score,
He doesn't need to score at all.
You-
It
you-
depends
I
on
mean,
who put it
Easy on the
together.
turnovers.
Yeah.
He's easy on the turnovers,
and he's going to force.
but
the
he
turnovers.
locks down.
Yeah, he's going to lock down.
He does floor general, defense, minimal scoring.
Tough as nails.
I mean, unless you got somebody else, I feel like he is your perfect point guard. Steve Nash, Jason. I mean, Jason Kidd could probably be in there a little bit.
I would even
slightly.
give John Stockton, but I don't like his defense.
John Stockton questionable on defense. Gary Payton, we know is locked down.
Well, what I like about Jason Kidd is that he was a defensive team a few times.
Okay.
Like
9 though, like Gary Payton. Gary Payton.
Oh, Gary Payton.
and
Gary Payton
defensive
was
player of the
known to
year.
be the defensive point guard. Like nobody, there would never be a point guard like him. As far
That's
as
what
I'm
I want.
concerned.
I want my point guard in the dirt, in the nose
Because I don't want to have to
ready
worry
go.
about a switch ever.
Right.
Yeah, I honestly doesn't. I don't argue Gary Payton. I'm a little. That's
The only reason
fine
why I
with
would
me.
pick Kid over Peyton is because Kid has less of an ego. Kid will literally say, okay, I don't need to shoot unless I have to, and I'll hit that spot up
And what-
free if it comes to it.
True.
And what Kid do is that he'll bring up the ball and he'll give it a second, like, hey, let's get it together and get everybody moving and
I think
everything.
Gary can do that too.
I think he could too, but sometimes I feel like Gary was like
Okay.
quick. Like I mean, nothing was wrong with it, but he like
So
rushed for a
now,
layup or something.
if we go Gary Payton, are we allowed to go Mike at shooting guard? Are they going to be able to coincide with each other, or would Gary Payton we be better with playing with LeBron if we put him at the small?
We gotta be
forward?
careful how many shit talkers we put on the team. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we'll
Because
have
they
it
might
all.
bump heads. You know,
We'll have it
like,
all. I mean, Michael bumped heads with everybody. I'm really not.
but who was there to bump heads back with him?
Steve Kerr.
Phil wasn't going for that shit.
Oh, of course. That's
No,
why
he wasn't.
Steve.
I'll say this, and this is why I would say that we can still have Michael on the team. When it comes down to winning games, Michael is willing to pull it all on the side. The thing that frustrated Michael the most is that if he saw that you weren't trying, you're not going to have that issue with Gary Payton.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the whole issue with Steve Kerr in the locker room. He saw Steve Kerr kind of lollygagging in practice, and Mike wasn't about that life. So he was like, take this shit seriously. Oh, you're not going to listen to me? Pow, right in the face. So you're not going to have that issue with Gary Payton. Gary Payton's going to try just as hard as Michael is, and Michael's going to look at it. Michael Jordan, I believe, respected Gary Payton, but because he wasn't on his team,
Right.
he was going to dog him.
Right. And that was the difference back then, bro. Free agency wasn't what it is now. So back then, bro, if you were my enemy, you were my enemy. Nowadays,
that wouldn't change it.
Nowadays, players are on different teams every year, and it's like, oh, what's up, bro? What's up, bro?
Right.
And
Let's link up. Let's
But
team
the
up.
thing with like, is it just a given to put Michael on a team and you're pretty much probably going to win?
Yeah.
So I mean, not to say that I don't want him to be on this team.
Who's
of
your
course,
perfect shooting guard then? Since I think we already got.
Michael Jordan, my perfect shooting guard. I mean, Kobe Bryant would be obviously the same person. I don't mind Dwayne Wade on my team.
I'm not putting Dwayne Wade over Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan in any kind
But that's what no, I'm saying
I
because
know.
it's a. That's
feel
all I'm
what you're
saying.
saying.
I
And
want
you're
Mike on the
not
team.
wrong.
If you put Mike on any team, I feel like you're.
You can
Gonna
build.
That's what the point of this.
I
We're
understand
trying
that.
to win.
I understand that, but I feel like it's just a given to just like when we just did that GOAT thing. It's like when we put the best team, of course, that's the person. I'm trying to think of how can I beat Michael Jordan if I'm putting a team together. How can I
It's
beat?
not with D Wade.
No,
If that's what you're saying,
it's not.
It would be
Okay,
with
all
Kobe.
right. Well, let's
It would
think
be
about
with
that.
Kobe.
Yeah, if that's what you're trying to do, it would be with Kobe. But we're trying to build the team that everyone is trying to beat. So
Yep.
if that's the case, Michael's on my team.
All right, that's fine. Mike is on my team then.
Yeah. Now, who do we have at small forward playing with these guys?
Well, if Gary Payton is our point guard, but he's really not the
He's
the,
going to be
the
a facilitator.
Well, he I'm not saying he can't pass or anything, but somebody that will we also need somebody else that has good passing
I think
ability.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
I feel like you can go Larry Bird right here.
And let me clarify this right now. The reason why we're not saying the obvious of LeBron James is because we've already got two ball dominant players on the team.
Exactly.
You add a third, and you're going to have issues when it comes to game time. So I think we all agreed before we even got to the segment that LeBron James couldn't be on the same team as Michael Jordan. It just wouldn't work.
Right.
So go ahead, Joe.
That's some two big egos.
Big time. I feel like right here you gotta go Larry Bird. You can
Shooting.
You
Yeah.
can possibly get away with Kawhi, being the two-way dog that he is. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously we don't know how him and Mike will play together, but
He's not
I
a
feel like
selfish guy.
Kawhi's that. Look, man, I'm here to play ball. You know what I mean? Like, you don't hear much from Kawhi. When he's dunking the ball, he's got the same expression as he does when he misses a free throw or something. You know what I mean? Like, he's very just kind of,
Just
I'm here, let's
mellow.
do this.
Well, I'll say this: with this team they're putting together, I wanted it to be kind of all of them to have a two-way, good on defense.
I mean,
good
that's
on
offense. The mindset
that's
we all
definitely
have.
the
So
key.
Larry Bird played defense though. Don't.
Oh
don't
yeah,
sleep
no, I'm
on
not
Larry
sleeping
Legend.
on him. Like I was like, would it be too easy to say Scottie Pippen? Just because we got, I mean,
I don't know if it would be too easy because I don't know if
We
that's
know
the
that
right
him and
answer.
Mike can play
I mean, yeah,
those,
you know those two get along on the
But
court.
Mike was a product of Scott. No, hold on. Scotty was a product of Mike to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. If Scotty gets drafted to any other team, bro, he doesn't do what he does. I mean, first of all,
He had almost 2 full years without Michael to prove.
but that was
that's
post
not what
after.
I'm
That
talking
was
about.
after him.
I'm talking
knowing
about he's already developed by then.
Okay.
I'm saying coming out of Central Arkansas, which didn't have a scholarship to, he earned a scholarship.
Right.
Coming out of the NAIA, St. Francis is an NAIA school. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of caliber school that he went to. You can't tell me that he was going to do that without Mike developing him. Come on.
I do.
Skill wise, yes, probably still there, but the ins
To
and
become
outs
one of the 50 greatest players of all time.
exactly. He don't do that without Mike.
This right here.
So is he on
and
the team?
Mike don't win without Scotty. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather take Larry Bird
I
or
was just gonna
Kawhi.
say like
I think I would still
think I'd
rather
take
have Larry Bird.
I'll exclude Scotty out of this because at some point in time you have to account for shooting.
Yes, I agree.
And Kawhi and Larry can shoot the three. Scotty,
I mean, you might even be able to mix in KD right there because you got a lot of defense coming out of your point guard, shooting guard. I'm just saying, I'm hypothetically saying,
and you know you got bona fide 3-point shooting.
You got scoring out of KD.
Oh, of course.
But you lack on defense, so
you've got the length. You've got all
sure.
the things you do. And KD has, in the last handful of years, the last 2 years, has really picked up his
But
defensive
do you think
ability.
that if we put KD on this team, him and Michael would, share the points together?
KD has no ego.
He doesn't. But I feel like he's still about, his scoring. He would like to,
And Michael's not opposed to somebody else scoring the ball. He needed Scottie Pippen for a reason. But it's just that I'm the alpha. KD is the perfect beta.
Yeah. I mean, he don't like being alpha, but yeah, that's why.
KD has said on several occasions, I don't want to be the lead guy.
Right, and even if he didn't say it, his actions have come to
Terms
show that
he does not want to be the lead guy. So I think I don't know why.
All right, let's narrow this down to 2, and then we'll go from there.
Sure.
Who do we want to narrow it
Larry
down
Bird.
to? I mean, Larry Bird's in it for sure. The Birdman is definitely going to be one of our small forwards.
He's my
Who do we
idea.
have as a second one?
I don't think Kawhi has I don't think Kawhi has had the longevity.
Yeah, I can't
be on
Definitely
this
not.
list.
I can't
but
say that,
What
no.
his skill set and what he has and what he brings to the table, a two-way player that'll get you 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you expect out of your small forward realistically?
Now you think about it.
I want Larry Bird because I know he can drop that bitch on a dime and
because LeBron is not on our team, we know that if we're going to greatest team, we're gonna have to somebody that's gonna have to be able to match LeBron James blow for blow or clamp LeBron. So you've got Kawhi who can clamp him, or you got KD who can match him blow for blow.
I feel like the conversation needs to be between KD and Larry Bird.
Yeah, like again with the Kawhi, not longevity for me to read, analyze.
I feel the
and
same way.
After you said that, it makes sense.
Because I know he's a good two-way player, and I know
he's probably the best
you're
one.
Right, you're building the team. You're obviously playing against LeBron because he's not on this team.
Yeah.
So therefore,
If that's the case,
do we match and blow and take the lack of defense
well, when you say lack of defense,
from KD?
you don't think he plays defense?
Not at the same level that Larry Bird
Not
does.
to his potential. I feel like he's
I
too
agree.
focused on offense.
I agree.
Which is not bad. That's just him.
But also,
You know what
in
I'm
this
saying?
situation with this super team, he's not going to have to focus as much on offense, so he can focus more on defense. I'm personally going to say KD because though Larry Bird, before the middle of the 90s, was regarded as the greatest shooter of all time, KD can shoot at a level that I don't know if Larry can keep up with. And you're going to need somebody to stretch the floor at some point. And yes, Michael can, shoot threes occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
Gary can shoot threes occasionally. But KD is the guy that you're going to look to knock down that three ball. And the only positions we got left is power forward and center. We're not going to get a ton of 3-point shooting out of those two positions going forward, I don't think. So you need a guy that can stretch the floor.
I'll take KD.
I vote KD just because of we can take a little break on defense with this at least the two starters that we have right now.
Yeah.
With the Glove and Mike, I think we could take a break.
And those are two of the positions that you're going to need defense the most at the guards positions.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. Small forward
No, power forward.
or power forward. I'm sorry.
Honestly, Tim. Well, honestly, no. My. Well, hold on. Mine's when I was thinking about. We need somebody.
This is where your boy falls into place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is where Dirk falls in. This is where you
But
put
in my
Dirk
head
on
right
this
now-
team.
Well, I'm thinking
He
right.
gets you them 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Gets you them rebounds.
and he can
It's
still be in
okay.
the post.
But
It's
see,
okay.
I'm literally trying to think of somebody that could like.
You can go Chuck, KG.
KG.
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah,
who I was
yeah.
thinking, but now I
I
feel
go
like
Dirk.
I feel like we still don't have somebody to pass the ball very well. I want somebody on the team that knows how to pass the ball very
Gary
well.
Payton is a great point guard.
I'm not saying that
from the
he's
point
not.
guard from a point guard's aspect.
Dirk can. Dirk can't pass.
Not saying that they can't pass, but I want somebody that's a floor general and somewhat. Like I mean,
We
somebody
already have that.
who Gary Payton.
Yeah.
Gary Payton is a floor general.
I
He
never see
ran
like
an
I'm not
offense.
saying like yeah he's a point guard. He needs to run the offense. I'm talking about like he wasn't like a
Okay,
dime dropper
Mike's
or
gonna do
anything.
it then. You know what I'm saying? We already got that.
Kevin Durant can facilitate the ball.
What do you want out of your power forward?
I mean, obviously defense, somebody that could hold the paint. somebody that's going to at least give us some stuff down the on the
rebounds.
block on the when we need to dish it down. Like I said, somebody that knows how to pass, or somebody's cutting, or they find an open man, because sometimes people get double teamed down there. He needs to know where the shooter is at. So
you're looking for a great passing small power forward.
yeah, somebody that like doesn't get bottled up down there. That doesn't. It's not, that knows where everybody's at, knows where he's moving left to right, if he's going to score, not getting hesitating, to figure out what they're going to do.
So who do you want at the power?
I honestly,
because the power forwards that I'm looking at, bro, they're only averaging about 4 assists a game.
Yeah, it's not a very pass heavy position.
but before we was like putting this together, I had KG as my guy. I had KG as my power forward.
I could give you KG because you're still going to get the defense out of it. You're getting a stretch forward, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting close to 20 and 10. I think he's 17 and 10 for KG
All time
for his career.
Okay, yeah, and there's definitely some 2010 years in there, 100%.
He's not scared to bang with anybody. He can guard all the positions if he wanted to.
Yeah, that keeps with the whole defense.
If somebody does a pick or something,
so
he knows
far,
if switch.
So far, any switch that happens, we can handle.
Yeah.
And now we're doing this in their primes. All these players are in their primes.
Okay.
So maybe KD's not even at his prime yet. We don't know. But
what are you playing right now?
KG in his prime, he can guard all those positions. In my opinion, KG's prime was his MVP.
Whoops.
You caught it here first, people.
This is normally on this side, bro, so it's been fucking with me all episode.
KG in his prime was his MVP season in Minnesota, and that's when KG started knocking down threes.
Yeah.
Like I said, you want to be able to stretch the floor. Kevin Durant's going to be your best shooter on this team, hands down.
Oh, yeah.
But if you have somebody else that can shoot that three, Michael can occasionally hit it, Gary can occasionally hit it, KG can occasionally hit it, and it take a little bit of pressure off of Kevin Durant. So now, and I think that's why me and Joe both wanted Dirk, because Dirk can hit the three.
Oh,
You're never going to leave Dirk open in the corner, ever.
No.
You're going to lose that battle every single time. So I think we have it down to those two positions: KG, Kevin Garnett, or Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, I mean Dirk, 21 points a game.
I still say KG. We need somebody to be down there.
You've been defending Dirk all.
I defend Dirk.
This is your shot.
I'm like.
We gave it to you.
Listen,
It was a layup.
This is a team that we're all trying to put together. If I was putting my own team together,
You wouldn't want Dirk as your power forward?
I know I am putting in a power forward, but what we're trying to put together,
You don't think he fits?
no. KG, and plus I need somebody that would literally be down there blocking shots, taking guys out.
We still have a center position. We still have a center position.
Yeah, sure. We got two. I mean, like 2 dominant guys. Like you can't. No layup rules. You're coming into the hole. You're getting banged up.
This team can't foul out, D.
Listen, and plus, like I said, like you and I was talking about when
We only got 5 minutes.
Look, the way we was thinking, I was thinking of, we need somebody like to switch. He literally can guard every position.
I'll give you that because Dirk, I'm not comfortable.
That's what I'm saying.
Dennis
He'll
gets
fall.
no credit just because he can't score or what?
Yes.
Dude,
He's only good on one side of the ball.
he gets the ball. He looks everywhere to find the guy.
Somebody come take
Somebody
this thing
take
from
this
me.
ball away from me. Like love the worm. Happy what he
Yeah, I'm
did
not
over
going
here.
that far.
What about any active players? I mean, you don't think I don't know.
I was thinking Chris Bosh earlier a little bit, but
It's hard now because the 4 and the 5 are so interchangeable. It's like
You got
know what I
Anthony
mean?
Davis.
You got Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis is
got
the only one I would consider.
Porzingis, these guys coming up.
You
Karl
wanna talk
Anthony
about-
Towns.
You know what? You want to talk about a ball handler that has court vision? I'll give you Anthony
Yeah,
Davis.
these players can be active. Obviously, we already picked KD. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Hell,
Like Anthony Davis.
I can't believe we forgot Anthony Davis.
Anthony, just because it's like, is he a 5? Is he a 4? Well, today
He needs to be a 5, but he plays the 4.
Yeah.
Right.
The Pelicans have set on him being a 4.
Yeah.
You're asking me. I wouldn't mind Anthony Davis as my power
I'm-
forward,
I-
but he also scores a lot, takes a lot of shots, so we're kind of defeating the purpose.
But he doesn't
of-
have to with this team.
No, but
You don't know how he plays in that situation.
we don't know
He is
how any of these
always.
players.
Well, that's true.
I feel like if he's always been. But I mean, the team.
I feel like this situation, KG is the best fit.
Yeah.
I'm fine with KG.
Yeah.
That's my man's.
Kevin Garnett is our 4.
KD, KG project.
Center.
This is where
I got in my mind, I got Hakeem.
This is where you can go with somebody like DeMarcus Cousins almost and like be okay. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to pick a top 5 all-time center to be okay. I mean, you need someone that's going to be down there scrapping, getting you rebounds, and give me 10 to 12 a game.
I know you say you won't pick a five star, but I got Hakeem. I'll take Hakeem anytime when it comes to being a center. The guy's moved. You can't guard that man. He was unguardable.
I think this is going to be the toughest one for us. If you got KG stretching just a little bit, kind of in that mid range to maybe the corner for the 3, you've got if you put Shaq in the post at all times, offensively, there's nothing that can be done to stop him. You could literally play a game where you feed the ball in the paint all game, and he's going to score. He's going to shoot 80%.
That's how I feel about Hakeem, though. The man knows how to score.
And they're different ways. They're
right.
Yeah, you're right, but they're in very different ways. But then on the defensive side,
Hakeem is like top 5, if not top 3 in blocks. Shaq's not even there. He's a great defender.
Hakeem's number 1. Hakeem is number 1 in blocks. All
There we go. And what's Shaq? Because Shaq, I don't even think he's even nowhere near 5.
I think effort has always been Shaq's issue.
And this is
because he woke up with God-given talent.
He didn't have to work. Like if he would have kept his body like he had in Orlando Magic,
Greatest player of all time.
Hands down. Like literally would have been
Forget
unstoppable.
about David Robinson.
I give props to like David Robinson.
You know what? I might take David Robinson.
I can't see David Robinson play.
Forget about David
Hey,
Robinson.
I can't.
Okay?
No, David Robinson is a Christian man. He was in that locker room with Michael Jordan, freaking KG, and Gary Payton. The dude's gonna lose his mind. At least Hakeem could be like,
hey,
I don't know what they're talking about.
You know what?
I just care what goes on the court. Okay.
Wait. He played a whole season with Dennis Rodman. I think he can survive.
Dennis Rodman was a whole different animal.
Exactly. So if he can survive Dennis, he can survive the rest.
I look, Dennis
he
Robinson.
was on the dream team.
If you could get away with scoring enough between the 1 through 4, I would definitely take Dennis Rodman on my team, and just not have to worry about scoring. Yeah.
You did, but you
Go ahead and get you 17 rebounds, kid.
You look at that.
I know there's no way. I'm saying he's got to score. I'm saying if there was a way that you get away with scoring 0 points for a whole game and give me 22 rebounds,
I'll be honest with you. We damn near could get away with it.
What, just putting him in the
Gary
center?
Payton, Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett. I don't need Dennis Rodman
Or
to
switch
score.
KG to the center and Dennis Rodman at the power forward?
No, I'm keeping KG at the 4.
Oh, okay.
But Dennis Rodman could be our 5.
He
He's going to attack Shaq. You know
How many
that.
points does KD average? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
KD?
For his career?
I think
I
said
off the top. I mean, I'm hoping Brandon's looking at it right now.
25.
I think it was like
26.
Career average for KD.
pretty sure it was like 24. I think I saw it. Not too
I'm
long
sorry,
ago.
we're down a man today. Jesse's at the racetrack.
Brandon's
today.
working overtime.
Brandon is definitely working overtime. Thank you, Brandon.
27.1.
We got it.
That's high.
That is high. I mean, it's
career,
probably
that's what it
about
says.
right then.
Michael's
I mean,
30. Gary's at 15.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe Gary Payton was at 15.
And you were looking at
KG 's probably
KG
like
earlier. You said 17.
23. 17? What is it?
He did say 17.
Was 17.
Really? I mean, one of Boston's years, I guess, it brought that down.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn years too.
Gary Payton was at
Forgot about that.
16.3.
16.3.
And let's not forget, he did get back to Minnesota.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it.
That'll
That'll
do
do
it.
it. Like, goddamn. All right, and so what? The Worm Dennis Rodman averages what?
2.
2 points.
I mean, just through our 4, we got 91.5 points a game.
We need more than that.
We do need.
We need a lot more than that.
Now, this is career averages. We're talking about their prime years. All of them average that for a single season in their prime years.
Yes.
So we've got. I'll say we have 100 points in 4 players already.
Yes.
Yeah. 100 what?
I like your Hakeem pick. I like David Robinson. I mean,
But I'm just trying to think, man. Like who are like,
I damn near want to go Dennis. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh. I like.
I'm really considering it.
Y'all jumping out the grid.
So am I, bro.
Y'all are jumping out the grid.
Like when you really think about it, we already got 100 points on the table. We just got to stop. If we just got to stop the other team from getting 100 points. Dennis is going to help you with that.
Right. He was good.
Dennis Rodman, 7.3, 13.1 rebounds. But like you said, in his prime, I mean, he was averaging 18, 17, 16, 16, 15,
Was it when he was
14,
with the Pistons?
13, 12. Yeah, bro. I mean,
When
no.
did he average 18?
Rebounds.
His last year in Detroit.
Rebounds. Yeah.
Oh, rebounds.
Oh, you think I'm talking scoring?
I thought it was a
Oh,
score.
hell
Like,
no.
what
This
the fuck?
motherfucker
Like,
got
I'm like,
lucky.
What's this? I want to know
Those
his
are putbacks, bro.
He ain't scoring 15 and 32, bro. He's terrible. Let's see. With Chicago, he averaged 15.3 rebounds a game. San Antonio, he averaged 17.
He was actually really good for San Antonio when he was
Yeah,
there.
they just couldn't deal with
They
his
just couldn't.
personality.
Yeah, they couldn't. But I'm not shying away from that
Let's
either.
see his point. Hold on, his points. Where they at?
I'm just willing to just see Hakeem just shake and bake.
Hakeem had more what overall
Rebounds. Than David Robinson.
than David Robinson did?
Not even on the list.
All right. What about Dennis?
I think Dennis is up there.
Damn right, Dennis is up there.
But he's lower than Hakeem.
Yeah, of course. 'Cause Hakeem is
I
the
don't know, man. We gotta pick somebody.
I'm still sticking with my man Hakeem. Like,
I'm going David Robinson.
you're going David Robinson?
Yeah, Zach's got to pick.
Oh, I hate you both.
And then if you don't want any of those two, then we got to debate three of them.
Are you still picking Dennis Rodman?
I'm trying not to.
Bro, I want to too, but he just doesn't do it for me scoring wise, man. Like,
You can't.
like not.
He's scary when even when
I'm
putting
saying,
putting
though,
putbacks.
bro. He only averaged more than 10 points 1 year, bro.
What that was the Pistons?
Was that his defensive player of the year?
I don't think so.
If I got to pick between, I'm going to pick between Hakeem and David Robinson.
I remind you of this when David Robinson won that MVP. It was 1 year he won MVP and they had to face the Rockets right when he won it. Hakeem ate him alive.
I remember that.
I wouldn't be mad if you go Hakeem, bro. I would.
I am going to go Hakeem.
We'll go with the dream.
I'm going to go with Hakeem. I was pressured.
You guys want to do a 6-man or no?
Yeah, let's do a 6-man. Mine Ginobili.
the greatest 6-man of all time. Hey man, you need a Euro that can shoot. Okay, I'll give him that.
I mean, I'm not. I was.
You got Robert Horry, the greatest clutch man in the playoffs history.
No,
probably.
that's not. No, Robert Horry is not a 6-man. Robert Horry is. You've been sitting at the end of the bench all day. Hey, I need 1-3 from you.
There's quite a few good 6-mans out there. Lou Williams is a back-to-back.
Shut up.
He won 6-man.
Okay, you don't have to go actual 6-man. I mean, you could plug and play anybody in here. You know what I mean?
I put Scotty.
There you go.
I put Scotty as my 6-man.
There you go.
I was gonna say Scotty, Larry Bird. You know, some of these players that we couldn't get in them that first go around. You know what I mean?
Well, we're still trying to think
Wait. LeBron.
Well, we gotta think about the
Stop.
we gotta think about the team that we have and if they can mesh with them. Like, so yeah. Scotty will definitely be probably the best bet.
I'm gonna vote Scotty.
LeBron is him and Michael can never be on the court together. That's all I know.
I mean, you could sub
So now who's coaching us?
Greg Popovich.
Phil Jackson.
The way he looked at Jackson.
I can answer this question the same way you answered it too. Phil Jackson.
You got Pat Riley.
I'm not putting Pat on this list.
He said,
Duh,
Greg Popovich. No, duh. Phil
All right,
Jackson.
wait. If Michael and Scotty are on the team, we kind of do got to go Phil Jackson.
You got to go
We're
Phil
run-
anyway.
we're
You're
running-
talking 11, bro. I can't even fit him on 11.
He had Kobe and Michael.
He coached big egos in one.
What about Pat Riley though?
I'm not putting Pat on that list. He only has one title as a coach.
No, he doesn't. Did you forget he played with the Magic and them?
As a coach.
As a coach? Pat Riley only has one ring as a
Yes.
coach?
Yeah, with,
Didn't he coach the
With
Lakers?
Miami.
with D Wade,
Oh,
right?
you
Brandon,
know, I'm
can you
sorry.
look that
I'm
up?
sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. We are forgetting the Lake Show.
That's what I was like,
We are
what the hell
speaking
are y'all
Showtime.
talking
I
about,
forgot
yo?
about Showtime. I don't know why I forgot about Showtime.
Phil Jackson.
I'm still not paying
Don't
Pat
add
Riley.
me.
Look, I'm all
still
about
not
Phil
big
Jackson. I just didn't want to just pop in. Yeah, Phil Jackson. Yeah, he's the Zen master. He is probably the best guy to
You know what, man? The last
Mature
5 years
everybody.
of Phil Jackson got me. Got
Hey,
me
no,
thinking
like,
a little
Phil Jackson
differently
This
about
is
him.
the coach Phil Jackson. This is New York. You want to give me this money for me to do nothing? Sure,
Bet.
I'll take it. I'm gonna fuck y'all up.
It's still good intel to the Lakers.
He was an agent sent from the Lakers and the Bulls. I will ruin you from the inside.
Hey, he did the bet. He did. Hey, he gave him one thing. He said he gave him Porzingis.
And then he tried to
Yeah.
trade Porzingis.
Yeah.
All right,
Phil or
getting on
Pop,
the
bro.
tangent.
Phil or Pop?
I honestly, if I could pick right now, I'm taking Phil. I do love Pop. I actually like Pop.
I don't think
more.
Gary Payton listening to Phil Jackson, man.
Motherfucking better.
Yeah, right? See these rings? You want one of these?
But I also think Gary ain't listening to Pop. So, Scotty and Michael are going to be like, yeah, listen to Phil.
Yeah.
KD's going to do whatever.
You know what? I changed my mind. I do say Pop. I say Pop.
We figured all that out, Brandon, but thank you. 4 championships with Pat Riley.
Thank you.
But Pop and Phil have more, so Pat Riley's definitely out of the conversation now.
I got the P written down.
Is that Phil or Pop?
Phil or Pop? What's my next letter?
I'm going to go Phil, all right? I'll go Phil.
That's 2 against 1.
So Phil?
Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
Pop,
What team?
I stood
Hey,
up for you though, bro.
what team?
No, we're not putting no jerseys on.
Why we
No,
have
no,
to
no,
put
no,
a
no,
jersey?
It don't matter. They go out and they go T and George and still win.
Shirt
Shirt
versus
versus
face.
kids. All right, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. I wish that AK could have been here for that. But
Yeah,
would've been
we needed a
fucking
couple guys to
outrageous.
show up. We were gonna have the GOAT debate. So until then,
that debate is happening. I might,
We are
I might not even be on the camera for that. I'll be in the room, but I won't be on the camera for that because I just want to let that shit
we
happen.
are going to have the GOAT debate on the show eventually. Just bear with us.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Do we have any progress on that special event that me and you've talked about?
What, have me and you done anything since we talked about it?
Valid point.
We need.
We have a very special event that we've been planning that we're going to announce soon, one day.
One day.
We'll get there. So we got one thing left on the show, guys. I gave you a little heads up before. So
Javi Baez. Okay.
Man, that's a good one.
Smacktalk, leave it on the court, player of the week. Joe is prepared this week.
That was
That was
my
the
boy.
easy one,
that
too.
was my boy, man.
Was it?
That,
You
bro,
got Javi. He was a triple shy of the
MVP.
cycle.
Yeah.
How you be a triple shy of the MVP?
No, sorry, I'm just thinking about.
Are you
something
here?
like that. Yeah. No, I'm
you-
here.
are
I'm
you
tr-
still
honestly,
with
I'm
us?
trying to think of my smack talk, but I still haven't thought of mine, so I'm just like, yeah.
Bro, I gave you a heads up before we started the show.
I mean, yeah, but that would have been better
It's
if
okay. Don't feel bad. I do the same thing.
I kind of got one, but it's not really a player.
And the Cubs, I mean, yeah, they had that terrible 10-game span. I mean, they kind of turning around a little bit. 50 runs in the last 5 games. Offense is waking up. I mean,
All right. My
How's
leave
the
it on the
time?
court player of the week is going to be Addison Russell.
Addison
Cubs.
Muscle, you mean?
Two
Grand
straight
Slam.
4 RBI games to bring them out of their slump. That was very much needed. Yes, it was against the Twins. I don't care. You still did it. One of the games, it was a grand slam. Addison Muscle.
Grand Salami.
so we just going all Cubs?
No, you
I
can
mean,
pick
you can do
whoever you
whatever
want.
you want to.
I mean, I know. I just want to know.
He said, I'll pick
look,
up.
we got to get
I
other
got-
sports in somehow today.
There's really no. I mean, what's going on? I have no idea. With
Javi Baez.
Addison Russell.
what about Jason Hayward, man? Was he
Fucking
yeah,
A,
fucking
good
Jason,
pick.
Jason
Yes.
Hayward, I saw the
He's
other
batting
day. Like
291 right now.
I saw him in a home run to put us up in the game we were losing to the Twins at one point. Like the man is
So as you can see, we're very Cubs heavy as the players of the week.
Yeah.
We are paying attention to other sports. We just want to talk basketball a lot
Go
today.
Cubs,
I mean,
go.
like I said, hey, what about James? Did y'all touch on that? James Winston
Jameis Winston.
getting
He
suspended.
officially has
Thanks
been
for listening to
suspended.
last week's episode.
No, I couldn't remember because in my head I feel like that
'Cause you
just
didn't-
happened.
'cause you didn't listen to the podcast.
Thanks
No,
for
I just
listening.
feel I felt like it
Appreciate
just
it.
happened. I don't remember y'all talking about it, so that's why I'm like,
Dion might not listen to the podcast, but I still want
I
everyone else
try
to support
to,
us.
even though I'm here.
I know what we talk about. I listen to it every week.
I said, I didn't know.
So Jameis Winston officially has been suspended. I really haven't paid too much attention since it's become official. How I feel about Jameis Winston is still the same. Kind of who cares. Yeah. So
Talk about overrated.
he's getting there. So
Yeah,
I hope you guys
Vince
enjoy.
Young,
Okay, cool.
Vince Young of this year.
You ain't Vince Young,
Vince
so
Young
don't
had,
clash
had-
with the Titans.
Vince Young didn't get enough of a shot, and Vince Young took his team to the
You ain't
playoffs.
Vince Young, so don't clash with the Titans.
You really wanted to get
Shout
that
out to Lil Wayne, man, for getting out of that Cash Money record.
Okay. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this special edition of Smack Talk, Leave It on the Court.
Smack Talk.
We are going to do more of this greatest all-time debate in different sports. We're going to have some guests that can talk those sports with us.
show up.
So we're going to, and show up. That's not a, that might be a shot. Not for me, maybe
Stretch.
for Joe.
For me, it's a stretch. Hey, I want to be on the podcast. All right, man, what's up?
Oh, bro, I can't make it. All right.
I'm not burning bridges yet.
Neither
So,
am I.
we're gonna do
Side
it with
eye.
baseball. We're gonna do it with football. If we do it with soccer, I'll be on the other side of this camera.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about no
I'll do it
football.
with golf.
How are we gonna create the greatest team all time of golf?
Can't, but you can put Tiger Woods and that's it. That's all you need to know.
Okay, I'm okay with that. So that's we did our golf breakdown too.
Covering it all.
So
All
there's
now
gonna
some
be
NASCAR.
I keep saying this. There's gonna be changes coming. Shut up, Dion.
That's a nice car.
That's a nice car you got there.
We're going to have some changes in the next coming weeks. I look forward to sharing it with you. This very well may be the last time us recording in this spot.
Get a good look at this wall one last time.
Not be there.
There will be a much more interesting backdrop. There's going to be some people that don't like it. There's going to be people some
And
absolutely
we're
love it.
not going to give a... Yeah, we are going to have a dope-ass background.
So I look forward to it. I hope that you guys are excited for it too. Let us know what you think of the show. Follow us on Instagram. Follow the YouTube channel, please. The Instagram is Smack Talk Podcast.
Yep.
The YouTube page is the same.
Yep.
Follow all of us on Instagram individually. Joe is, I don't even remember your Instagram, bro.
Space Jam's 45.
The real DMOB.
I am The Real Cerebral.
Oh, are you?
I am.
Are you sure you're the real D-Mob?
Of course.
There's not another one?
Never was.
I'm gonna end this show because this is getting ridiculous here.
No.
So this has been another episode of Smack Talk.
Smack
Leave It on the
Talk.
Court. Thank you.